Going on, people? It's your boy Tops back again, live for another Tops in the Morning show. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like on the video and subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff. But yeah, man, big up everyone in the building, man. Big up Mayhem. It says Arsenal chill. I need to roast the Colin. I think we're gonna do that at the start of the season, bro, when the season starts, man. But big up yourself for being in the building, man. Big up Darren as well. Big up Tops. Come on, G. Hopefully you are well. Good to see you in the building, my guy. And yeah, obviously some breaking news last night. All about the likes of Cesco, man. Apparently Newcastle making a bid for Cesco. So yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting, man. Very interesting how that goes around. So we'll have to get into it right now. Newcastle make a restructured offer to RB Leipzig for Benjamin Cesco after being told the striker is willing to join them with Manchester United in the race, but yet to make a formal bid. So very interesting there. Newcastle are tonight pushing hard to agree a club record deal worth at least 70 million with RB Leipzig for Benjamin Sesko after being given encouragement. The striker wants to join. So I don't know whether they're saying, well, maybe obviously Leipzig is pushing on their end. They're thinking, okay, the quicker we get this done, the quicker we can get replacement in. Newcastle are saying the quicker we can get this done. Number one, Man United aren't going to be in the race because I feel like they do have to try and sell before they even buy or have a deal in place straight after they buy Cesco to kind of balance the books because it is a lot of money. And also, yeah, the fact they can then sort out Isak. Whether they're going to sell him or not is another thing. But yeah, I feel like that's definitely something they're going to be very, very aware of. Because it is not known what the Slovakian or Slovenians camp have communicated to Manchester United, who are also in the race for the 22-year-old. And sources have stressed that all outcomes are still possible. So yeah, they're still saying that potentially he could still go to Manchester United, man. So yeah, it's one of those ones, man. Big up Darren says, I hope Newcastle gets Cesco. Better he flops for them than Man United. Listen, man. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like, I'm not too sure. I still feel like he's probably going to go Man United, you know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It just feels like he's probably still going to go there. Do you know what I'm saying? But we'll see, man. We'll definitely see. But Newcastle want to move quickly in terms of agreeing terms with Leipzig after the Bundesliga club set out to negotiate the structure of an original offer totaling 70 million made over the weekend. Cesco is Newcastle's top attacking talent, and there is determined to accelerate a deal, especially after they were told on Monday he was willing to sign for the club. Manchester United's interest remains, and it was thought that last week that Old Trafford was his preferred destination. But unlike Newcastle, they are not. They did not table a formal offer over the weekend. So yeah, they did not table a formal offer over the weekend, man. So that is very, very interesting as well. So yeah, for me, I feel like personally, this kind of deal is very hinging on whether the likes of Manchester United are going to put in a formal bid and kind of match what Newcastle are doing. Because again, apparently, I think it was Fabrizio, I might have to go back into it as well, that was saying that they basically offered a total package of 90 million euros, which again, I don't think he's worth that personally. I mean, I'm not seeing too much of him, but that's a lot of money, man, to obviously, basically, it is a risk because you don't know how he's going to adapt to the Premier League. And maybe you can say that for everyone. But again, the more money you spend, the higher the risk, obviously. So, yeah, it's a lot of bread. It's a lot of bread, man. And I suppose for someone like Newcastle, it's a thing where they're kind of just hoping that it comes to fruition, innit? And obviously goes through and does very well. Says, yeah, this is Fabrizio. Says Newcastle have sent official bid to RB Leipzig for Benjamin Cesco worth 90 million euro package, 80 million fixed fee plus 10 million add-ons on the table from Newcastle. No decision yet from the player. So he's waiting for Man United, bro. Like if a team comes in and pays that or offers that to obviously the current club you're at, they obviously want you in it. So I don't understand what the hold-up would be. Like, again, you're probably going to be paid or be the highest paid player. And this is a guy that's 22, by the way. He's younger than what Isak was when he went. So yeah, there's a lot of money to be spending on him. And obviously they're hoping that he comes through. But again, when you look at the market in terms of long-term longevity, this guy's probably the best guy you can get on the market right now in terms of price, age, whatever you want to say. Again, Ollie Watkins is there. Obviously, he's a better player at the minute, but in terms of longevity-wise, you're probably going to get 2 years, maybe 3 out of Ollie Watkins maximum, whereas Cesco, 22 years old, he could be your striker. I mean, even with that, because you can't imagine Cesco unless Newcastle obviously progress and also start winning trophies on a regular basis, or start getting to the Champions League on a regular basis. You can't see Cesco really sitting there 6, 7, 8 years, can you really? He's going to be another one like he's like 2, 3 years max, and then another top team is going to come in for him, and then that might be it. So Yeah, man. I don't know, man, with this one. I really don't know. Man. It is a sticky one still. But yeah, like I said, Manchester United confirm again to RB Leipzig that they will bid if Cesco picks them. So yeah, they're on the thing where it's like, we're not gonna because again, everything's PR, everything's how obviously teams look, sorry, when it comes to battling with other teams. They don't want to get into a bidding war and potentially Cesco picks Newcastle. So they're just saying, look, we're not even gonna put offers on the table. We want Sesko, which is the smart thing to do, to be honest with you. Like, that's kind of the way teams are going now. They're trying to negotiate with the player first, make sure they're on side, all that good stuff, and then proceed to obviously go in for a deal. So yeah, they're saying Sesko has to make a choice and say, you know what, he wants to definitely come to Man United. Then they'll kind of negotiate. Also, it takes a bit of the power out from Leipzig, because then they can potentially offer less than what Newcastle are offering, because it's like, well, Sesko only wants to come to us. We're just going to pay this amount now, because again, we're the only club. The problem you got with that is that it's very clear that Sesko wants to leave RB Leipzig. It's very clear that RB Leipzig wants to sell Sesko, but only for obviously the price they deem him as worthy. So I think for me, Sesko doesn't really want to put all of his eggs in one basket, for the simple fact that he's not sure Man United are going to offer what RB Leipzig want. So if they don't, and then they come to a kind of agreement, then he's kind of just shunned his opportunity to go to Newcastle, because they're going to have to move on. They can't be waiting around if you outright say, I'm going for this kind of club. So yeah, I think this is the scenario. I think Cesco wants to go to Man United. Man United don't want to pay the money, which is obviously understandable. They don't want to pay 90 million euros for him. They'll probably want to pay less, probably around about 70 million euro mark, which is about 60 million pounds. Newcastle are willing to pay that amount of money, but he doesn't want to go to Newcastle, really. However, if it's the case of him staying at Leipzig or going to Newcastle, I think he'd go to Newcastle. But again, he doesn't want to put his eggs in the Man United basket, because he's not confident they're going to pay the money that obviously Leipzig want. But obviously, he doesn't want to say yes to Newcastle just in case Man United come back in and say, yeah, they're going to do it. So yeah, a lot of thinking to do for sure. A lot of thinking to do for sure, man. But we will see. We will definitely see. Big up, like being Guna, man. Big up, Tots. Big up yourself, brother. Hopefully you are well. Good to see you in the building, my guy. Big up yourself. Big up, Mayhem says, if Newcastle gets Cesco, we all know what that means. Yeah, it's true, bro. It's true, and I feel like the reason that they're kind of not even rushing it, but kind of trying to get this deal kind of quickly over the line is because they know Isak's situation is getting kind of messy now. Like, in terms of, Eddie Howe coming out in the press saying, oh, you got to work for the badge, trying to keep the integrity in terms of the prestige of playing for Newcastle. Obviously, Isak kind of disrespecting it, not turning up for training. You could say allegedly, not really, faking an injury allegedly. So yeah, I think he's trying to keep that obviously prestige for Newcastle in the press. So it's not like, I think, where every player who comes here now that wants to leave is going to do exactly the same that Isak does, because they know they can get away with kind of vibe. So yeah, there's that you got to think about as well. So yeah, there's a lot of things you got to think about in terms of what's actually happening in the media with Isak and stuff like that. So I think for everyone involved, they probably are saying to themselves, look, if we get two strikers in, I think they're going to get two in. I think they're going to get Cesco in first, or the main striker. I think Wissa will probably get done later on in the window, but they definitely want the main striker in. And then they'll allow maybe Isak to obviously get sold for probably about 130 mil, I would say, all in, something like that. And I think they'll be probably happy with that, to be honest with you. But you don't know, man. We don't know. We have to wait and see if they get that kind of deal over the line. Because again, if they don't get Cesco, then potentially they might have to go for Nicholas Jackson, which again was a bit of breaking news earlier on. Big up Mayhem says, hashtag we need Playboy Colin back. But yeah, I think in terms of what's going on in terms of Cesco, man, it's kind of a sticky situation for sure. But yeah, back to obviously the article. So Cesco is Newcastle's top attacking target. There is the determination to accelerate a deal, especially after they were told on Monday he is willing to sign for the club. Manchester United's interest remains, and it was thought that last week that Old Trafford was his preferred destination. But unlike Newcastle, they did not table a formal offer over the weekend. So yeah, they're still basically kind of waiting for that. It says the Magpies would like an outcome one way or the other in the next 24 hours, given they need to bring a striker ahead of it. This is what I'm saying. Because even with Isak still at the club, technically, I don't think he's going to play. I think it's going to be a thing where we're not going to play him because potentially he might be on his way out. He might not, quote unquote, refuse to play, but he might be reluctant to obviously start playing the season for Newcastle, because the likelihood of him playing could obviously decrease his chances of going to Liverpool. Isak remains intent on a move to Liverpool, but the Premier League champions will only return with a new offer once Newcastle have the Swedes' replacement lined up. Yeah, it makes sense, man. There's no point going back and forth, getting bid rejected after rejected, because you know they're not going to accept anything until they get a replacement. So you're better off just waiting. There is still, there's quite a lot of time in the window left. Let's be honest, man. There's still a month left, basically. So, yeah, enough time for Newcastle to get this sorted. But yeah, they obviously want to get it as soon as possible. So they've got a new striker ready for the start of the season. So yeah, like I said yesterday, even though it came out that Liverpool are not going to bid again, I still believe Isak will be at Liverpool come the end of the transfer window, if I'm being honest, man. But yeah, so that's an interesting one for sure, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's a big up. Darius, a big up to Latvian Guna. Come on, G. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. And yeah, these guys are in the building as well. Let me just get rid of that. Anfield, are you lot going to bid for Isak again? I think they will, man. I think once they get the replacement in, they'll definitely do it. Mayhem says, I have a friend who was a Chelsea fan. I texted him, Palmer joins Liverpool for 85 mil. He was pissed and cursed his whole team. Then I said, yeah, I signed him to Liverpool on FIFA. That's funny, man. I hope so. I hope not. We need a centre back with the praying emoji. Okay. Now you know what? That's a good point, to be fair. I feel like you do need a centre back and potentially a midfielder, man, if I'm being honest. Because again, you are relying on Gravenberch to be fit for the whole season, or Sabazlai to come in there and play in that kind of DM role. And obviously Endo's there, but I don't think Slot fancies him that much in that position. So yeah, there is a lot of hope and pray. And make sure you guys smash the like button on the video as well, man. There's only 6 likes on the video. What you guys doing, man? Make sure you guys smash up the thing. Latvian says Darren with emoji. Liverpool have been looking at a number of young centre backs across Europe, including Palmer's. So yeah, so they are looking for centre backs, man. I said, what's wrong with Konate? Now, you know what it is? It's the numbers, bro. It's the numbers, Darren, man. They've only got Konate, Gomez, and Van Dijk really as their kind of centre backs. Gomez is injury prone. Konate does miss a portion of the season every season, where he's injured for whatever reason. Like even obviously last season when they won the league, it was he missed 5 or 6 weeks during like Christmas time, I think it was. So yeah, that means you're literally relying on Van Dijk, who's 33, 34 this season. So yeah, it's a lot of pressure for 8 Champions League games, Premier League games as well. So yeah, I just think it's going to be very, very difficult for them to carry on with just 3 centre backs. They definitely need another one for sure, especially when one's injury prone. You basically got 2 centre backs. They're going to have to play every single game and hope one of them doesn't get a long-term injury. Yes, I'm saying Konate, Van Dijk, and Gomez all season for sure. As a sarcasm, I'm not effing playing that. Phillips. We got Luis Garcia. It says Arsenal considering entering the race for Lookman as a cheaper alternative to Eze. Yeah, I did see that earlier. Hopefully it's not. I mean, you know what? I don't want it as I'll take Lookman, to be fair. I think he's a good player, but I want both of them, not an alternative. We need both. We need both players. We need both profile of players. We need another new winger, and we need Eze, bro. We do need Eze. Obviously, he's quieting down a bit on that front. So yeah. But yeah, we do need Eze for sure, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what Liverpool does in terms of Isak, and obviously if Newcastle gets that kind of bid accepted by Leipzig, and if Cesco is willing to go there in the next couple of days. Well, I say that's 24 hours really, if I'm being honest. But yeah, on to obviously Arsenal as well. Multiple clubs in for Arsenal. 25-year-old after bid rejected. Jakub Kiwior future remains open with multiple clubs keen on signing him. At one bid already rejected, according to a report. And Fabrizio Romano reports that Jakub Kiwior's situation isn't resolved ahead of the transfer deadline next month. It's interesting because I'm thinking, how many years has he got in his contract left? Because we bought him in January 2022. So that's 3 years ago. So I suppose he's coming up to like 2 years left anyway. So we'd have to either sell him or sign up to a new contract. Though Mikel Arteta would prefer to keep Kiwior, there are several clubs keen on signing this summer, and the Gunners are already rejected a proposal from Portugal in July. I think It would be, this is my personal opinion. I think it'd be absolutely madness to sell this guy this summer anyway. Absolutely madness, considering Gabriel's coming back from a hamstring injury. So he cannot be playing 60 games this season. He has to be kind of nurtured into the kind of back four, playing for a couple of games, make him miss the Champions League game or a league game, then maybe play him again. Bro, he cannot be having that schedule because, again, the amount of times he has to run, track back in terms of running that blister in place with that hamstring kind of scar injury, you're going to have to kind of ease him back in. And he might not be the same player. People don't like to admit it. People think, obviously, when players have surgeries and stuff like that, they're ultimately just going to be as good as they were before. Who knows how he's going to come back? Because no one's actually seen him play yet because he's not been on training. He's not obviously been on preseason tour. He's not played any games. He's obviously, he felt like a long-term, obviously a short-term knock or whatever, so they didn't risk it, which is fair enough. But we're still yet to see if he's going to be the same Gabriel he has been for the last 2 or 3 summers. So I don't think you can discount that. I think people are kind of just like, oh, Gabriel's back, like it's like any kind of normal injury. He did have surgery on his hamstring, so we've seen it with Saka. He's definitely not looked the same. I don't think anyway. He's lost like a little bit of explosiveness. Let's see if he can get it back. It might take him a bit of time. But yeah, I think it'd be absolutely ludicrous to sell him just for the simple fact that he's just reliable, and you know he's going to be playing and going to be fit and available. Touch wood. When you get centre back injuries, where I can't say the same. Even with like Saliba, we know he's had back issues in the past. Don't know if he's going to be 100% available every single game. That could just flare up any time. It could be out for months. Who knows? So I just think it'll be crazy because, again, you're probably not going to get someone to replace him, or you're not going to spend the money with the money you get with him with someone who's got the same experience. We're already looking at, obviously, Jeremy Jacquet, who's a young centre back who, again, doesn't have the experience that Kiwior does. So yeah, I don't know, man. It says Fabrizio Romano adds that the decision on what's next for the player with his desire for regular minutes is possible. I mean, if he's pushing for a move, obviously that's a bit different, but at the same time, it's like you have to just reassure him, and he will get minutes, bro. Because, again, it's one of those ones where you're looking at, obviously, our squad. Calafiori is another one, always injured again now. And who knows when he's going to be back? They're probably going to be ushering him back in. So again, he's another kind of centre-back option who's not going to be available probably at the start of the season, let's be honest. And Kiwior's situation also is certainly somewhat tricky. In the short term, they're going to have injuries to the likes of Ricardo Calafiori and obviously Gabriel Magalhaes. I mean, the Polish international is effectively first choice. This is what I'm saying already. And he's not even done anything. The season ain't even started, a man's first choice. Do you get it? So, yeah. Come on. Imagine when we start playing games, man. Do you know what I'm saying? These men are going to get injured again, let's be honest. But these 2 absences are expected to return to action within the fortnight. So that doesn't provide any guarantees for Kiwior going forward. That might be a sticking point. True, it is a World Cup year as well, to be fair. It is a World Cup year. But even so, man, he's going to play, man. There's been some suggestions that Arsenal could be interested in signing, Jeremy Jacquet, if Kiwior leaves, allowing the defender to play more minutes elsewhere, whilst also covering for Gabriel and Calafiori. Rennes are not keen to sell, and obviously he's extended his contract, so that deal might have to wait until next year. With Arteta keen to keep Kiwior, I know obvious replacement if he goes. The Gunners are likely to hold on for a significant transfer fee this summer. As it stands, it's not clear anyone is willing to make such an offer. Obviously it was touted yesterday that it was FC Porto, I think it was, that made an offer for Kiwior for about 27 million euros, I think it was, that got rejected. So which, again, and I think it was like a loan with an obligation or something, which, so it wasn't even a great bid, if I'm being honest, man. It wasn't a great bid at all. But yeah, in terms of obviously what I was saying, pick up everyone in the video. Where's everyone at? Sorry. Let's go through the comments. I said fake. Are you sure? Positive. Says Darren. Lewis Costa, he's gonna have to boot his ass due to his emojis in a minute. And Phil, LOL. Lookman is good though. Sign both Eze and Lookman if possible. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, man. I'll definitely sign them both if we could, man, for sure. I'd definitely sign them both. Just wanted to announce it first. Big up Lavin Guna, man. It says Arsenal are finalizing deal to sign Draxler, you know. Draxler, bro. The same MVR as well. They use another one. There's Bear, Higuain. That was Bear, bro. Neither will be signed. But yeah. Darren, Eze and Lookman, Gyökeres will be unstoppable to sign them if possible. CE looks scary and Chelsea too. I agree with you. They are lethal, but signing them makes sense, and Arsenal never does. True, very, very true. Very, very true, man. Vinny said no to 250k, so I signed Parma and took it personally and beat them 6-0. They are all battling for second. If it makes sense, Arsenal won't do it. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, that's kind of normally the case, Latvian, man. There were normally always 1 or 2 players short in it. Darren says, but Berto is signing better players compared to Edu. At least sign one. Believe me or not, even Eze will be signed. Oh, okay. When I say B stops, you say he was right. Let's not forget, Nkuku and Jackson are still available. Bro, I just seen that Jackson is going to be obviously likely to leave Chelsea. I just seen Ornstein put that, so I have to get back into that in a minute. But yeah, man, that's not good news. That is not good news at all. Because you know what that means. You know what that means, man. Oh my lord. Oh yeah, I can remember. But yeah, this is obviously the Porto news. Porto recently offered to sign Jakob Kiwior from Arsenal on a loan with a mandatory obligation purchase of 27 million euros. But Arsenal turned down the bid. That's kind of less than what we paid for him. I think that's what, 90 million pounds or something. Again, these and again, it's not their fault because they ain't really got the television money, but these foreign teams, man, don't really have the money, bro. I'll be real. Like, again, that's probably maxing out, their kind of budget as well, signing a centre back for like 20 million pounds. Do you know what I mean? But again, that's, bro, if you're going to sell Kiwior, you have to sell him for more than what we bought him for, innit? Because again, he's played in the Champions League now. It's been kind of a semi-regular, kind of probably our first choice kind of deputy, kind of like our defensive version of Trossard, isn't it? In terms of being able to play left back, playing centre back when we've had injuries. So yeah, you got to be getting at least 30, 35 mil, in my opinion, for him, man. Because we paid about 27 or something like that, 25, 27. So you got to make a little bit of profit on him, surely. But yeah, we'll see, man, what happens with that one. But yeah, I feel like with him, he's probably going to stay, I think. I just don't think it makes sense because there's a lot of messing about to do. You definitely have to get a replacement in for him. And again, at the minute, Gabriel and Calafiori are not even fit. So you're going to sell him and then potentially play Mascara and Saliba first game of the season. I don't know. I think that's not really smart. But let's have a look at this. It says David Ornstein, Nicholas Jackson increasingly looking likely to leave Chelsea. Suitors in the Premier League and abroad considering 24-year-old if they do not land their top target, lose an existing player or current alongside current options. Chelsea sales completed agreed at 200 mil with 100 and 150 more. Jesus Christ. These men are now going to make 350 million in sales alone. That is mad. I'll be honest, man. That is mad. That is crazy business, man. Crazy. But yeah. So basically they're saying if they don't land their target, so he's probably talking Man United, Newcastle. They're probably pulling out there, maybe Villa if they lose Watkins. So he's kind of another one in the mix. So you got Jackson, Watkins, Cesco, and you've got Man United, Aston Villa potentially maybe, and obviously Newcastle looking for strikers. So yeah, if Jackson does leave, it is looking like it's either going to be at Man United or Newcastle's expense because one of them's not going to get Cesco, and they both need strikers. So going to be very interesting, man. Very interesting indeed. Very interesting indeed, man. Big up, Mayhem says Hoyland if you want to pray for a miracle, but yeah, Jackson is available too as well. Rasmus Nuts part is we need a left winger and Jackson started. Oh yeah, Latvia, no. I literally forgot about that, you know. Oh my days, you're right. Oh my god, he did actually start as a left winger as well. Oh my god. We're gonna have Jackson and Madueke. Oh my god. That is mental, man. That is absolutely mental for sure. And the thing is, I can't even disclaim it. I cannot even disclaim it, man. We make 300 million in sales in 10. Oh, bro, if I don't think we've even done that, Latvian, bro. I don't even know if you've done that, brother. It's crazy. But yeah, 300 in one window is ridiculous, man. Even 200 in one window is ridiculous, considering they're not really sold any. Because when you say 200, normally it's kind of like a massive first teamer, but they've not really sold any like guaranteed first teamers where everyone's shocked or like, oh my god, sad to see them go. Do you know what I mean? They've kind of sold players that are on the fringes, some players that were kind of in the first team a little bit, but not like a regular, but were in and out kind of thing. So yeah, that is mental, man. That is mental. So yeah, it's looking like basically whoever doesn't get Cesco, they're going to go after Jackson. I think Chelsea have made it clear, like, you know what, look, Jackson's probably not going to get any kind of minutes in this, well, minimal minutes, really. He's going to be the third choice striker behind Liam Delap and João Pedro. Obviously, he can play left wing, but I don't think Chelsea have really played him there, have they? So, yeah, and obviously they've got winger options as well. They're going to get Javi Simmons in. They've already got Gittins on the left. They've got, obviously, Esteval as well. So, yeah, they've got enough kind of attacking options there already, man. So, yeah, going to be sticky, man. Going to be very, very sticky, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Big up Luis Garcia says Newcastle see Sesko as an Isak replacement, but they are in a very strong PSR position. Says Craig Hope. I hear that, bro. I hear that. Big up yourself. I would say Darwin, but Bloods are, yeah, again, Darwin's probably going to go to Saudi as well, bro. So, yeah, that's another one. Yeah, to be fair. Big up Mr. Bar Redison. Big up Tippy Tops. Big up the chat. Come on, bro. Good to see you in the building, my guy. Good to see you in the building as always, my brother. Make sure you guys like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. All of that good stuff. Big up Luis Garcia says, as I've said throughout for the East Tour, for Isak to join Liverpool, 2 things must happen. Newcastle have a replacement. Liverpool pay the fee they deem acceptable. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, man. I feel like, again, Newcastle have to have a replacement 99% done before they kind of go into talks back for Liverpool. And then, yeah, Liverpool have to pay. They can't do the 110 mil, bro. It has to be 130, 140, I think, to have Newcastle accept anything, in my personal opinion. Otherwise, it's going to be a case where, yeah, he's probably going to have to stay. Do you know what I'm saying? Unless they get the money they want, which, listen, if Liverpool have made all this kind of fuss about him leaving, then surely he's going to do it, man, for sure. Darwin to Arsenal for 75 mil when we couldn't cough up the 68. Oh, brother, imagine, bro. Imagine. Oh, my God. That'd be typical Arsenal as well, man. Yeah. We've already done it for Manawaki, so yeah, Eze, bro, there's no excuse not to get Eze, man. We've got money, we've had money this window, we spent it on Aries, we spent it on players where obviously people are like, well, if you get Eze first and then get the players in, it won't be so bad, but they've done it the other way around, man. They've done it the other way around, so yeah, it's kind of crazy. Luis got to say we'll just have to wait and do Madrid run down the contract down. Well, now he's got 3 years left though, bro, so must have leave Darwin alone. What a meme. Leave the geezer alone with a laughing emoji. I think we will sign Isak. Cesco will end up at Newcastle. Oh, interesting. Okay. Leave the Scouser alone. I'm not too sure. I feel like if Man United come calling, he's going to want to go Man United. That's the only kind of sticking point for Newcastle. This is why I think they're trying to hurry it up within the next 24 hours or whatever, because they know, bro. They know if if that happens, it's looking long, bro. It's looking very, very long for sure. But yeah, big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel as well. If you've not done it already, but yeah, it's looking very, very long if that does actually happen as well, man. Because yeah, but yeah, Chelsea are doing their thing. Obviously, my former Arsenal goalkeeper from yesterday that he's joining the Brazilian team. No transfer fee on a free, you know, but a significant salary saving as 36-year-old goalkeeper. Bro, Ed dude's got blood on his hands, you know. This is the guy he brought in for us to try and win the Champions League and Premier League, man, as a second choice goalkeeper. And he's going back to Brazil with no transfer fee. 36 year, yeah, I forgot he was that old as well. Lordy, Lord. Yeah, stinker, man. Absolute stinker. But yeah, this is obviously the exclusive on-scene provided yesterday. Newcastle making an improved bid to sign, obviously, Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig. New offer worth at least 80 million euros. Obviously, Fabrizio said 90 all in. After positive talks between the club and the 22-year-old, nothing agreed yet, but obviously, like RB Leipzig currently favour Newcastle, plus no Man United proposal just yet. So he's saying yet, so that means he's expecting them to do something. But yeah, they need kind of reassurances that he's going to be staying. But yeah, this is obviously the exclusive news I'll probably move on to now. On about Stuttgart. Stuttgart pursuing a deal to sign Fabio Vieira from Arsenal. The 25-year-old attacking midfielder spent last season on loan at Porto. Obviously, Stuttgart approach relates to a permanent move, which is obviously good. No agreement yet, but talks with Arsenal continue for the Portuguese playmaker. Now, this is a deal that potentially we need to try and get done as soon as possible. I don't know whether this is related to the Eze deal, if I'm being honest. I know we've heard that we don't need to sell. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano said we're going to be focusing on, obviously, departures as well. But again, you kind of feel like this is an attacking midfielder out for another attacking midfielder in. So hopefully, if that's the case, get this deal done. Get this deal 99% done, and then you can just go all attack for Eze and try and get him in. Because ideally you want Eze in for the start of the season, man. I don't understand or don't see a reason why we shouldn't be able to do that. But we need to start negotiating with Crystal Palace, man. It's been what, Tuesday now. They've got a game on. Is it Saturday or Sunday? I don't even know. The Crystal Palace kind of Community Shield game. I'm assuming he's going to be playing in that now. So yeah, we need to kind of get a move on with the whole kind of thing, man. I can't even lie. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It says the Champions of England. I think 3 years. Coutinho, can you give us your magic one last time? You want to join Barcelona for 100 mil? RB Leipzig are expected to accept the 90 million deal for Cesco. Newcastle expect to reach an agreement with RB Leipzig soon. Okay. Damn, looks like you're going to be getting Isak then, man. Crazy. Unless Man United pull their finger out, he's going there, which obviously leaves either Jackson or Watkins for Man United because they do need another striker. It's crazy. Big up Jacqueline says, move on these players. There's no point of holding them on when they don't add value to the squad. Arteta, your job is on the line. We don't have mercy on us fans. We have enjoyed much. I don't know if you're on about Kiwior or Fabio Vieira there, but in terms of Fabio Vieira, definitely. Reece Nelson is another one we've got to move on. We definitely need to start sending some players now. I think Kiwior can just wait for another season, if I'm being honest, bro. I just think there's other players that are not going to be contributing nothing, and they're still going to be around the squad compared to him, man. But yeah, big up for the comment, bro. I need money in the FC 25. So sold Conor Bradley for 20 mil and re-sign him the next day for 13 mil. You playing on loose negotiations settings? Yeah, for sure. What do you mean? I sold him to Newcastle and promoted. I promised him I wouldn't take Gordon, so I'll get him for 7 mil cheap. Oh, what the hell? These negotiation taxes are crazy. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe. But yeah, Fabio Vieira. Let's have a look at this. Obviously the Enzo, he's going to, I think, Saudi, that Enzo Miller, apparently supposed to be a good player. The Bundesliga side have identified also playmaker Fabio Vieira, 25, as a replacement for the Frenchman. They've already made an approach to sign him, but an agreement is yet to be reached with talks ongoing, according to The Athletic. Obviously Vieira joined Arsenal from Porto in 2022 for 35 million euros, but has failed to make any impact, scoring just 3 goals and providing 10 assists. I mean, he's got more assists than I thought he did, to be fair, in 49 games across all competitions. He spent last season on a season-long loan at his former club where he scored 4 goals and created 4. That's not great, man, is it? That's in the league we got him from. He scored 4 goals in the Portuguese league and created 4. He got 8 GA in 26 games, man. That's not even 1 in 2. That's not even, he's not even 1 in 3. I don't even know, man. That's crazy. Ornstein obviously said Arsenal would seek a respectable price for the player they splashed out on, but the 25-year-old per transfer market holds a market value of 22 million euros with 2 years. Oh yeah, he's only got 2 years remaining as well, man. So we definitely have to sell him this summer for sure. Stuttgart's approach for Vieira came just hours after it was reported that Millet was on the verge of joining Saudi club Al Hilal for a reported 28 million euros after the player's release clause expired. So very interesting, man. I'm not really sure how much. I think I did see some might have put the price in terms of how much Vieira was going to be going for potentially. But yeah, very interesting, man. But yeah, I think I don't know how much money Stuttgart have really got. I know they've just got the 28 for Enzo, but I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you, man, think? I don't know how much you actually going to get for Fabio Vieira, man. I'm not too sure, if I'm being honest. Big up the chat. It says big up Life in Good. It says I say that because settings when you start, you can set it to strict, so harder to deal with, or loose. So I assumed. Yeah, that is very, very true. You can do that as well. You can do that as well. I have a beautiful picture I did Madrid versus Liverpool with the updated teams. Trent got a rating on 2.1. Fair play. Big up Kurt, man. My brother in the building, man. Good to see you in the building, my guy. Hope you're well. Big up, bro. And if Liverpool spent all this money and doesn't win the league again, brother. I mean, listen, Kurt, these men are going to win multiple trophies, you know. I can't lie. Them just winning. They won the league last year with the team they had. So, bro, you got to win more if you're getting Isak, Verts, and all these guys, man. So, even obviously Liverpool fans are gas. And listen, they might actually do win. They are favourites to win the league again, of course. But bro, I'm expecting more, bro. You can't just be rocking up with the same trophy you had last season. No way. No way, bro. But big up yourself. Liverpool must win the league again with all these players. 100% win the league. I'm expecting them to win, pick up another trophy, where it's the League Cup, FA Cup, even the Champions League. I don't know. They got to win 2 for me. Considering how much of a, because they've basically got a super team. they've got Salah, they've got Van Dijk, they've got all these kind of players. Remember, they've got Ikatike, they've got Verts as well. They're gonna get Isak, man. It's crazy the amount of players they're getting. So yeah, definitely expecting a lot from them. Big up Phoenix, man. Alpha, big up yourself. Morning tops. Arsenal must enjoy losing money on players by rejecting a bid on Kiwior, a player that not even held in high regard at the club. Declan's loan incoming under Arteta and the owners. Yeah, but I mean, again, it's one of those ones, bro, where if you're going to sell players, man, you have to try and at least get a bit more than you bought them for, bro. Otherwise, what is the point of selling them? Do you know what I'm saying? You're going to negotiate some decent fees for these players, man. You're going to make some kind of profit. That's the whole point of obviously players. Some players, you can't obviously do that because, again, they're just so bad or they're just so out of form or out of favor. You just want to get rid of them, get the wages off the books, which is fair enough. But you can't do that for every player because you set a precedent of just not being able to sell players, which is obviously what we've done the last 20 years, where people look at Arsenal and say, you know what, we could just get any of their players for the minimal amount of money because they're not really tough in negotiations in terms of selling players because we all know they want to get rid of said Fabio Vieira or whoever else. So yeah, you have to set a precedent, man. You have to make a stand and start changing that perception at some point. Otherwise, you will never make any profit off player sales. Do you know what I'm saying? Once you're in the other kind of region of tough negotiator, you have to pay what they want, otherwise you're not going to get the player. Like Chelsea, like Liverpool, they're in the kind of the upper echelon of kind of selling better. Even like Spurs, even though I hate to say it, they get decent money for their players. You look at the 100 million they got for Harry Kane when he had a year left. They're 89 for Gareth Bale. The money they got for Modric, obviously 30 for Berbatov at the time was a lot of money as well. So when they sell their kind of their top level players, they do get maximum money for them. If I'm being honest, man, compared to Arsenal, who let people like Sanchez go on a swap deal or Ozil on a free, Aubameyang we terminated Aubameyang's contract. These are kind of Lacazette went on a free, Ramsey went on a free, Wilshere went on a free, Welbeck went on a free. Like, these are guys we could have got 10, 15 mil, 20 mil, 25 mil here and there. It all adds up in it. But when you just let these guys run out of their contracts, that period of time between, I want to say 2014 maybe to like 2020, man, was atrocious, bro, in terms of letting people run down their deal, man. Like, the amount of first-team players we had that we got no transfer fee for is crazy. Absolutely criminal, really, when you think about it. But yeah, man, big up, obviously, everyone in the building, man. I heard Top say brother, and I rushed as I thought he was calling. That's funny. Big up, sorry, just going through all these kind of comments here. Big up, Curtis says, City haven't done enough, so that's why I think City comes second or maximum third. Yeah, I hear that, man. I think, yeah, City definitely need to, obviously, I think that defense, bro. I know I've seen, obviously, you're going to sign Luis Diaz to a new contract, which is obviously good news. But yeah, I think yeah, maybe you need to do a bit more, if I'm being honest, man. I said, so you're money laundering. Is Bradley the new Morata? That's funny. With a laughing emoji. Men don't feel pain. Transfer listing Robbo as it was him or Van Dijk or Salah. Crazy. Big up Davy T. It says Liverpool don't win Eurovision. X Factor, great British break off for me. Then it's a failure. Yeah, 100%, bro. They're gonna win all the World Cup. The Olympics, everything, bro. Put it all in the bag. Big up Mr. Battle Red, says Kurt. Says Kurt, Manchester City fan whose team signed an entire 11 since January and spent twice the amount of Liverpool. So by that logic, City should be expected to win the quadruple. Okay. Didn't see it like that, to be fair. I mean, you did spend a lot of money in January, man. Nico Gonzalez, who's expected to leave the club. He was what 50 plus or something like that. Mamouche was 60 mil. So, and then even a couple of the defenders that you've bought were like, 40, 50 plus. So, yeah, you did spend a lot in that January transfer window, to be fair. Thinking about it now, just obviously just remembered. What's going on here? Newcastle launched new bid for Cesco, of course. I said, City's highest player we only sold for is an Alvarez, 90 million. I mean, at least you got a record fee for that, because 90 million for a player who wanted to leave, really, and was only there for a season and a half, something like that, maybe 2 seasons, I can't even remember. To get that amount of money is very, very good. Very, very good, man. You definitely did very well there. So, again, and that's looking from an Arsenal perspective because our highest sell is still only Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I mean, people say it's 34, people say it's 38, people say it's 40. I say I always go for 40. But yeah, that's our highest sell. And that was what 2017. So yeah, man, still not great. Still not great. And we've had players that we could have sold for way more than that in that period of time. Barca are still crying for 142 they spent on Coutinho. That's crazy money. Talk again, you see Jesus. Just let me know when your hair will grow. I said City haven't signed a full starting lineup though. That's cap. Says Kurt. I said talk insults again. Says David T. Big up yourself, David T, for being in the building. But yeah, man. I'm just hoping so that obviously Fabrizio Romano kind of comes out and says Arsenal back in Ferreze, man, in a distant future or in a near future, man. Because again, that kind of news about Eze has definitely gone quite quiet in the last week or so. Again, there was rumors expecting us to kind of make a bid apparently, but I don't know, man. I don't know whether we're gonna do it or not. If I'm being honest, I feel like we're gonna have to try and sell maybe a Fabio Vieira or one of these other guys, man. Try and make some room, which is a bit unfortunate, but yeah. Time is running out. Ideally, you want him back for for the start of the season, or for the start of the season, you want him into the team. Sorry, so yeah, we will see, man. Big up everyone in the building. I said, Mr. Bow, Mr. Bow Red, you sound rattled. Top's been duped by the media. Forgot what City spent just in 2 windows in 2025. Listen, you know what it is? There's been so much going on, my bro. That yeah, because again, you know what it is as well. It's because probably a lot of the players that they did sign, it's only really Mamouche really that's been like a starting kind of team. So sorry, starting player as well. Sorry, for City, the 2 defenders have been in and out. Again, Gonzalez wasn't really played either, so you kind of forget really. If I'm being honest, my guy. That's a baldy. That's crazy. Don't be rude, man. Don't be rude. Kurt, not at all. Just expecting City to win the quadruple. High standards for your classy team is all. You seem terribly affected. You're okay. I said Anfield is spelled like Anfield. As well. I've never said City haven't spent money because City had no choice to get out and spend money. After letting the team rot. I think it's rot over the years. So obviously talking about trying to replace the kind of aging players. Sorry, like Gundogan and obviously Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, these kind of guys. Even like your defense wise, John Stones has had a lot of injuries, getting older as well into his 30s. So yeah, there is there's a lot of obviously players that they've bought and signed. But yeah, again, a lot of them. Maybe you could say probably got Gonzalez. It was probably a kind of thing where you look at it and think, you know what, 60 mil, that's not really work considering Pep wants to get rid of him already. The kind of you 2 centre backs were, I don't think, we're always going to be coming in to be the first team, in my opinion. And obviously Mamouche was. So yeah, I definitely would say that 60 million there is probably one of the ones that you think, well, yeah, definitely could have spent that money a bit better. It's not insults, it's banter. I don't know. The difference is City sign players for the future. Big up Luis Garcia. Benjamin Cesco is to make his decision imminently. In the event of the civilian accepts the move to St. James Park, Man United to boy divided. Yeah. It's crazy. Now they're going to have to go for Jackson, man. I'm telling you. They're going to have to go for Jackson if that's the case, bro, because there's no way they can not get a striker in when the season starts or when the transfer window closes, man, because I know Mbeumo and Cunha can play there, but ideally you want them in the kind of new 2-10 roles so they can link up and kind of combine and stuff like that. So yeah, man, it's looking a bit sticky, bro. It's looking a bit sticky. I'll be honest, it's looking a bit sticky for sure. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one, man. But yeah, big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel as well. A bit of news on Rodrygo. It says, although both club and Alonso are open to Rodrygo leaving, there has been no developments in that case. And according to the sources close to the player, the Brazilian has indicated he wants to stay. So yeah, man, I feel like, again, this is going to be one of those ones where it might have to get a bit messy for him to leave, man. I don't think it's kind of the opposite reverse of obviously the Isak situation, where Isak has probably been told by Liverpool, you need to kind of kick up a fuss to make sure we are able to obviously sign you. Otherwise, there's going to be no kind of pressure for Newcastle to sell you. So you're going to have to make it very uncomfortable if you want to get this move. That's probably how they've kind of put it to him. That's why he's not turned up for preseason, not turned up for training, etc., etc. With Rodrygo, I feel like it's a thing where Madrid have to kind of make it clear that you're not part of the plans. I think this kind of yeah, we're open for you leaving, but we don't really want to take your value. So we're not going to say we definitely want to get rid of you. It's kind of not going to work. Because again, he's not going to want to leave if he doesn't have to leave. He's on massive money. He's playing for Real Madrid. You know what I mean? He's obviously not played up until this kind of Club World Cup. So yeah, if you want him to leave, you're going to have to make it very clear that, look, your future is not here. We're going to go into a new direction. Look for another club, basically. And then, yeah, you'll probably see clubs come in for him, man. But at the minute, I think clubs are a bit cautious that they're not going to waste their time, obviously, trying to agree in with his kind of agents and stuff like that about fees and stuff. So only for him to be like, you know what, I'm going to stay now. Or I'm just going to sign a new deal at Real Madrid, you know what I mean? Which has obviously happened before. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. This is obviously going to blog just talking about Porto among club staff showing interest in Jakub Kiwior. Kiwior enjoys life at Arsenal but wants to play regularly. Arsenal in no hurry to sell him, but recognize there's a price at which a deal all makes sense for everyone. So yeah, like I said, man, unless you've got a decent replacement coming in that can play first team football, and that's not like a youngster, in my opinion, then you might as well just keep it for another season and then reassess the market next year. Especially because for me, you got to see how Gabriel kind of recovers and how he gets on this season, man. Because again, you don't know if it's going to be a season where he's riddled with niggling injuries and he's not really got any consistency, or he's going to come back the way he was before. He might struggle in terms of form-wise. Who knows, bro? Because again, he's not played since April. It's now August. He's not, in my opinion, I don't think he's going to be ready for the start of the season. He's not played unless he plays the next two Emirates Cup games, which I don't know whether he's going to start any of them, if I'm being honest. He's not. I don't think he's even training. So, yeah, man, that's going to be one where it's going to be a slow build, man. I don't think he's going to be starting at Old Trafford either, which, again, I feel like people are definitely going to be not appreciating him not starting, especially at his best, because he's one of our better defenders for sure. Master Kurt, don't be rattled, bro. No one asked for expectations. I said, maybe I was in a rush as unlike you got a life, only got top stream because bro comes first. Yeah, you know what I mean? This chat. Liverpool signed players. They must be winning at least 3 trophies this season, says Kurt. Big old Davy T says, enjoy the rest of your holidays. Yeah, 7 for you when you get back. I said, nah, actually, yeah, 9. Oh my days, this chat's funny, man. Big old, you never walk alone. See the books for over a decade. Irrelevant club. Everything they won should be stripped away. Wow, okay. Damn. You never walk alone, making it clear. Having a front three at Liverpool with Gakpo, Isak, and Mo Salah. Come on now. You must win at least 3 trophies. I said figures. I said morons. Rodrygo won't leave for cheap. Yeah, I know. It's going to be 90 million euros, man. At least, or maybe even 100 million euros. I think it's going to be between the 80 to 90 million pounds all in. And his wages, apparently he's on like nearly 300k at Real Madrid. So you're going to have to at least match that or better it. So yeah, it's a lot of outlay basically for a player who, he's 24. And when you look at his actual numbers, I know obviously he's a good player, bro. His numbers are they're decent, they're okay. Like he doesn't really get double figures on a regular basis like that. So yeah, man, it's a lot. Again, you're paying a lot for potential him exploding into this goal scorer winger, someone that provides loads of goals and assists. So yeah, it's one of those ones. Rodrygo wants to stay, Kurt. Haaland, Mamouche, Sabins, Doku, quad winners right there. Return of Rodri, AFCON, World Cup as well. Savio as well. This is obviously on about City. Sherlock. The Carlos ain't here, by the way, as it's nap time, as his retirement old. Where is Carlos? He's always in the chat. Man, he might be watching it, to be fair. But he might be at work, man, doing his thing, man. So big up Carlos every single time. I said where? I said delusional. Kurt, you got a point. We all know you are delusional, Kurt. Thanks for confirming. It's Savio, not Savinho. If Arteta wins nothing this season, he could. Yeah. Oh, you know what? 007 is nasty work. As a manager, man. 007 is nasty. With nearly $1 billion spent, whether it's euros or pounds, whatever. Yeah, that is nasty. 007 for a manager. Oh my lord, that is crazy. I didn't even think about that. That is crazy work. 007, I'll take equals Super Frank. 006.5 at a minute. We got Rodrygo. It says Rodrygo is staying in Madrid most likely. And Liverpool doesn't need him. Madrid is trying hard to get rid of him, but won't let him go for less than 90 to 100, and his wages are crazy. Yeah, it's a good point, bro. You know what I feel? I feel like potentially the longer you leave it and the longer you wait, potentially they might soften their kind of overall package. Because again, I do feel like they want to get rid of him this kind of transfer window. I just think they're playing the long game. They don't want to tank his value by saying he's definitely up for sale. But I think eventually, if they really actually want to get rid of him, they're going to have to indicate to him that his time is going to be limited in terms of playing time this season to kind of push him to be pushing for a move away. But the longer you leave it, the less kind of teams are going to be invested into paying for what he wants. Because again, a lot of teams are kind of set up for their season now, and maybe a few more additions. Obviously, some teams are further along the line than others. Some teams obviously definitely need more kind of signings compared to other teams. So yeah, it's one of those ones where you're kind of looking at it thinking, wow, I don't know whether he's going to be signing for another team when it gets towards the end of the kind of transfer window, especially for the money, like you're saying, that they're going to want 90 to 100 million pounds, euros, whatever you want to say, and their wages. It's crazy. So someone's going to have to make a compromise because even Arsenal are definitely not going to pay that. I don't think Liverpool will pay that either, if I'm being honest, man. Especially they're going to have to pay 150 for another kind of player here in terms of Isak. So, yeah, crazy, man. When you think about it, crazy. We'll have to wait and see. Well, big up for the comment as well, bro. Liverpool explanations this season is 3 seasons. I said boycott City are hurt. I said you never walk alone rattled. Carlos work, he's too old, 92. Carlos that is crazy, Robin. It's crazy. Why for that, man? I said quit. 130 charges, verdict soon. These men are on Kurt's neck, man. What the hell's going on? Few sources said that clubs don't want to buy Rodrygo because of his wages, 400 obviously dollars plus bonuses. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. The wages are a massive sticking point, man. And not a lot of people are going to be willing or able to pay that. That's you're going to be the highest earner at the club straight away, and it's not like your numbers warrant that. If I'm being honest, like it's not like you're getting 30, 40. Like it's crazy. In a world where you think in terms of numbers wise, you'd think like someone like Gyökeres would be one of our highest earners because he scored in terms of his actual. Again, he's not scored any for Arsenal yet, but in terms of his actual record, he scored so many goals. It's like you can kind of warrant. Okay, I'm the goal scorer. I should be getting paid the most money. But when you got a player that kind of gets minimal goals, it gets okay goals. He's a decent player, like a prospect. Sorry. Then you kind of struggle to really kind of justify that kind of price tag for sure. But big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like all the videos. Only on 9 likes, man. Let's get this to 15 likes, people. If you've not liked the video, make sure you smash the like button on the video and subscribe if you've not already. Obviously Rodrygo over who or the United team. Big up ST in the building, man. Big up tops on the chat. Big up yourself, brother. Hopefully you are well and good, my guy. I'm just going through the chat, of course. Come on, people. Good to see everyone in the building, man. I said sounds perfect. I need to get that sound, man, as well. But yeah, sounds perfect for Arsenal. The man who made the blue and blade rumors is here. Big up Tops, big up Mitchell, man, my brother, man. Big up Mitchell. So big up Tops and the chat. Come on, G. Big up everyone in the building, man. Of course. A big up Mr. Battle Red. Rodrygo stays the season. No one else is paying those wages except City. Or they have a whole quad winning side already. I see what you did there. That's nasty. That is nasty. But yeah, listen, I didn't even think even City would pay it, to be honest with you, bro. I don't think they would. It's just too much money, man. It's too much of an outlay. I think it's the combination of the two. Like you either pay a lower fee and you're on lower wage, or you're on higher wages, or you pay a higher fee and you're on lower wages. You can't be paying a player 100 mil. And he's on 300, 400K on top of that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Either pay, like, if it was the thing where he was like 70 mil, for example, and then he was on 300, then you can kind of justify it a little bit. Because again, 7 million all in, not the worst kind of deal in the world. Pretty cheap, or cheaper compared to obviously paying 52 for Madueke or whatever. But when you get to 90 and 100, and then you still want 300 as well, yeah, I don't think it's doable for anyone, really, unless you really, really want it. Or you've not really spent that much this summer, which all the top clubs really, apart from probably Spurs, I've kind of spent a decent amount on players already in terms of wages wise and obviously money wise. So yeah, Must have tops your blue hat for Chelsea. No way. Liverpool must win 3 trophies this season. Tell Berta. It says Darren. City don't have 130 charges. Liverpool fans, and I hate Manchester City. Yeah, it's 115, isn't it? City should win back-to-back quad along with 3 back-to-back Champions Leagues. 5 billion spent in 8 years. I don't know where these figures are coming from, man. Sure, nothing will come of those charges. I think it'll probably be this season where they kind of they probably kind of get let off from him, to be fair. Big up Mitchell says, I'm cooking little Liverpool this season when they don't win the league. Listen, they listen. We will be there, guys. I think Liverpool are going to win the league, to be fair. That's just my honest opinion. But again, football's a strange thing. Just because people are the favourites doesn't mean that's definitely going to happen. But again, it gives you a kind of an inkling on what's going to happen. But yeah, someone else could come out of nowhere and win it. Man City could come back. Arsenal eventually possibly could win it. Who knows? I feel like they definitely need to do more deals in the transfer market. Obviously, it's hard to predict because the transfer market isn't done yet. So Liverpool could get more players. Arsenal and Man City could get more players. Chelsea could get more players, and they might be a dark horse because again, they're slowly building an upward trajectory in terms of winning trophies, getting to the top four. They're going to be in the Champions League now, so let's see how they deal with that. As well as obviously playing league games. Have they got the squad deep enough to play? Because again, last season they were playing kind of their second B team and got to the final of the Conference League, really. Now they can't do that. They have to literally play their first team in midweek and in the weekend and see how that kind of goes around. Because again, not as easy as it seems, to be honest with you. Again, especially if you've not got a massively deep squad where you have to play week in, week out, and you get a few injuries, man. You have to kind of navigate towards playing a really good team in the Champions League and a really good team in the league to make sure you win both games. So yeah, big up everyone in the building, man. Big up spirit of LFC fans. Hi everyone, how are you? I'm all good, brother. Hopefully you are well. Like, comment, and subscribe and share. Big up yourself in the building, man. Really appreciate you in the building. You'll never walk alone. I really appreciate that. Appreciate that, my guy. Hopefully you are well, my brother. And yeah, MC, I haven't spent 5 billion in 8 years, says Mitchell. I said to one real channel that Rodrygo is better than Diaz, and that Real Madrid fan said, I don't know. We were laughing emoji. Crazy. Liverpool never will be a bigger club than Manchester United, says Mitchell. I said Delulu, Mitchell, but hey, Klopp left Liverpool because he couldn't handle Pep with a laughing emoji. They're all going back at it. Man United versus Liverpool fans. It's crazy. Neither can you. Slot can buy. Rodrygo over Diaz, says Darren. 100%, man. Big up everyone in the building. With City match, Liverpool's 4 Champions League in 8 years without any L's, or Paisley's 3 Champions Leagues in 5. No L back-to-back Champions League in 77 and 78. Man's hitting them with a history, man. Big up Chanzo. Big up yourself, Terrell Gunner TV. Hopefully you are well, my brother. Good to see you in the chat, man. Hopefully you are well, my guy. Mr. Give me a thing, Colin. Big up ST says, I think the issue we have is more about the tactics rather than the players. We could buy prime CR7, but if he's being told to track back for 70 minutes of the game, he would be the same. Yeah, true. Very, very true. I think it's a combination of the two for sure. I feel like we need certain attributes of players that we haven't got yet, like a Eze, like a Rodrygo, like a Gordon, these kind of these elite ball carriers and players that are very good in transition that can get us high up the pitch, especially because you look at some of the kind of issues that we have. If you're going to play against a low block, the only kind of situations where you're going to create some space is actually when the attacking or the defensive team in the low block has got like a corner, for example. So you've seen it a load of times. You see a corner comes in, Ray gets the ball in a carry. That's your kind of an attacking chance there because everyone's out of position. They've already got centre backs going forward for the corner. There's a lot of space, but we haven't really got any kind of elite ball carriers in those kind of situations where you can just lob the ball to, and they're going to create a situation and a chance out of it. Martinelli runs with his head down. Odegaard's not powerful in terms of his running and dribbling. Declan Rice is obviously very particular in terms of how he wants to dribble. He can only dribble on his right foot rather than his left. He looks a bit awkward. Doesn't really open up his own body for like left foot passes and stuff like that. Saka, again, kind of is like a more of a combination player rather than an elite kind of transitional kind of dribbler into space. So yeah, we kind of need those kind of different kind of skill sets. I think Eze is even obviously I'm not really a fan obviously the signing, but Matt Awake in terms of one of his attributes is kind of being a very good ball dribbler. Like that's probably the best thing he's good at. Do you know what I'm saying? So in terms of that, I 100% agree. But then I agree with you in terms of we have to then change the system for sure. They can't be having a left winger, whether it's Martinelli, Trossard, Eze, whoever's on the left wing, isolated, no kind of fullback options, no kind of overlaps, underlaps, anything like that. You kind of need some combination play as well, some variety, something that's a little bit different to kind of spice it up a little bit. Otherwise, you end up just having the same kind of problems you did when you had Martinelli out there. So you're completely right. I think it's a combination of the two, man. And I think one without the other, you're kind of left in the same position. So even if we do get all these good players, I still think, again, we're going to be in the same kind of position because they're going to be just the players that are new now that are in the kind of same situation what the old players were. And even if we change the system, but with the same players we have, I still don't think we'll capitalize on these certain situations, even if we have them a bit more flexible and a bit more robust. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it, bro. But big up yourself as always, my guy. But yeah, it says Luis Garcia City needs back-to-back Champions League to chat to Liverpool. City, Barcelona, United. You better win back-to-back Champions League to chat with Real Madrid, Milan, Liverpool, Ajax, and Bayern. With a laughing emoji. Anfield, this is SD Colin lover. Klopp, a fraud manager, only won one league title. No one cared about Liverpool before 2018. If you know, you know. Pep better go to Saudi or MLS. A lot of Maresca will not go easy on you. We're laughing. Mitchell, no one cared about United since 2015. Liverpool, irrelevant club. I don't support City. Lewis, stop chatting to yourself. Anfield, I don't really want to know. You're that's crazy. That's crazy, man. City fans are already in tears. 115 charges. You bombs. ST says, get you a woman who stares at you as much as Martinelli stares at the ground. Oh, honestly, man. It just head down, bro. Head down. That's it. Anfield, a fake Liverpool fan. You can't name the starting lineup who Klopp had in his first season, says Mitchell. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well, man. Do all that good stuff for the channel as well. But yeah, just obviously talking about Liverpool and talking about other teams as well. It says if Arsenal are to make a significant addition to the first team, is most likely to be on the left wing. Any acquisition may be connected to the futures of Martinelli and Leandro Trossard. Again, a lot of guesswork, man. That's not one thing I don't really like about on the blog in the last probably month or so. I feel like he's there to kind of limit expectation. And again, it's a lot of opinion based, but because he's obviously putting it out in a publication, it comes across like it's obviously facts. But yeah, even like obviously significant addition on the first team squad, most likely. So that's obviously his opinion on the left. So it might not be on the left, and then maybe connected. Again, it might not be connected. So yeah, you got to look at obviously the wording. I think it's just him kind of saying potentially this could happen, but it's not really guaranteed. So we'll have to wait and see. Because, again, I don't see how the Eze deal or the Eze kind of links just kind of fade away then without any kind of bid or anything. That'd be just so strange. But we'll see, man. We'll definitely see. Obviously, it also talks about, obviously, Kiwior potentially being sold on, but also not in a hurry to move the player on. A good fee can change things. So, again, I feel like Arsenal will probably be looking for a fee between like 35 to 40 million pounds. If someone bids that, which I can't really see if I'm being honest, because, again, it would require a team probably from Europe. And he's most likely to go to rather than obviously in the Premier League. If it's a Premier League team, then obviously they've got the money to do that. But yeah, European team, I can't see them spending 40 million pounds on a defender. If I'm being honest, man, that's very, very rare, very, very rare, man. Big up everyone in the building. Mr. Lewis, you are rattled. Big up ST says this chat is like WWE Royal Rumble, arguing in the closet, allegations of football club slander. High tops, control your chat. You're the ref. Listen, bro, I'm trying to get through the. Listen, I'm trying to do a lot. I'm trying to get through the title. I'm trying to talk about the knowledge of the football club. And yeah, it's just a kind of a Royal Rumble. You're right, man. I said, how much was the bid for Kiwior tops? Big up, Darren. It was 27 million euros, which is about 80 million pounds. But it was a loan with an obligation, bro. So it wasn't even a straight, it wasn't even like a straight kind of deal where we were just going to get the money straight away. It would have been yeah, like I said, it would have been a loan. Alone with an obligation, I think it was. So yeah, man, definitely not ideal if I'm being honest, bro. Definitely not ideal. I don't think that would have been worth it at all. And also as well, I just don't think we're in a position where we have to sell him. Do you know what I mean? We've got other players we need to get rid of before him, if I'm being perfectly honest. So yeah, man, but we'll see actually how that actually pans out. To be fair, because again, I feel like for me, when it comes to Kiwior, man, he's someone that we're probably gonna have to rely on at the start of season, if we're being honest. Because again, got Gabriel is going to be injured, and Calafiori is injured at the minute. So another one where you're looking at thinking, geez, man, who are we actually going to play there on a long-term basis? And we've got hard games as well. We're at Anfield as well. 7-Up fans chatting in 2025. Fergie is gone. Amran is Potter at best. No one is in tears, Lewis. You think fans give a shit about 15 charges? We all know there's no charges, so who cares? It says Kurt, big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like on the video, subscribe, man. Like on the channel as well, people. But yeah, man, oh man, oh man. Let's go for the Kiwior news there. This might be one. I might say it. Highbury. What's something about Kiwior there. Yeah, this is the one, Darren. This is the one. So yeah, understand Arsenal turned down a formal bid from FC Porto for the Polish centre back Jakub Kiwior. Proposal worth 27 million loan with the obligation to buy has been rejected last week. So yeah, 27 million euros, man. So yeah, like I said, that's about 18, 19 million pounds, something like that. And it's an obligation. So it's a loan and then 20 mil. Considering we spent like 25 million on him, pounds. He's decreased. His value's decreased, and I don't know how, because again, he's actually played in the Champions League on a regular basis now and played for Arsenal for a couple of years in these crucial games. So yeah, you have to get more money for him, and also he's in a good trajectory so far in terms of form wise. The last probably 10 or 15 games, covering for Kiwior, he's been really, really good. So yeah, I think you've definitely got to get some more money for him for sure. Big up everyone in the building, man. Big up my brother here now. Views. Morning, gang. Come on, G. Good to see you in the building, my guy. Make sure you go over and subscribe to Views. Obviously, he's going to be doing his intervention, I think, 12:30, I believe. So, yeah, make sure you go over there and subscribe to Views, man. Always a real one, my brother, you know. Come on. Big up Darius says, big up Views as always, my bro. Broski, come on, man. Big up Views, big up the community, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new, all of that good stuff. But yeah, just talking about Jakub Kiwior and potentially selling him for 27 million euros with a loan with an obligation. For me, that's definitely not the right move. If you're going to sell Kiwior, you're going to be looking at 35 to 40 and also have a replacement lined in. I just don't think we need this kind of headache at the minute because we've got more pressing issues to obviously focus on. We need to get Eze over the line and we need to get a top left winger, in my opinion, as the bare minimal to really kind of maximize our chances of doing anything this season. Otherwise, it's going to be the same old. And just like ST said, not only that, we need to change the tactics, man. Arteta has to change how he's been performing or using these attacking players. You can't have Martinelli tracking back every single game, and you have to be scared to lose to win. That is key. Every top manager was not afraid to lose the game. They made changes. When you even look at Sir Alex Ferguson, when he's going for what, 4-4-2 or whatever in the last minute, and he's got loads of attackers in the box, potentially that could have been a counter attack and you lose the game, but you need to try and win the game. Arsene Wenger used to have 5, 6, 7 attackers on at one time to try and win games at the Emirates all the time, and at Highbury as well. We used to have like Carnu, Will Tor, Thierry, Bergkamp all on the same pitch at the same time because he wants to win. Do you know what I'm saying? Again, a risk of losing, but you have to go for it. Like, you cannot be scared to lose. And I feel like with Arteta, he's definitely afraid to lose, which is why he's very reserved. That's why we had so many draws last year, because he just didn't want to lose. But again, it's one of those ones where I feel like with him, he takes things too literally. Like for the first season, we got battered at Manchester City. Then he completely changed the entire kind of formation to the point where we were very rigid at the start of the season. We then, obviously, in the second half of the season, obviously, we were playing very, very well, winning 6-0, 5-0, etc. But then we lost that crucial game against Aston Villa, and then, obviously, we didn't win the league. Now he's gone from the next season thinking, okay, that defeat to Aston Villa is why we lost. We have to make sure we get draws. We can't just lose, because we were losing a few games. Fulham, where we could have got a draw away, we lost. Aston Villa, but then he's took that literally, and now we just draw every game if we don't win it. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's not good either. You're better off losing a few but then winning the other ones. So yeah, man, I think definitely he has to change his mentality. And again, if we lose a few games, we lose a few games, but you'd rather lose knowing that you're trying to win the game than just be content with a draw just because you don't lose it. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that kind of mentality overall is not going to get you far, in my opinion, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. 13 likes. Come on, bro. Slap the like button, man. Only on, I think it's on 15 likes, man. Let's see if we can get it to 20 likes before I head off, man. Big up everyone in the building. And make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel, man. But yeah, obviously, like I was saying back to Arteta, man, we definitely need to have a certain level of a tactical switch. I'm hoping Gyökeres is going to be the key, because again, he's someone that can run the channels very quick in behind, someone that needs the ball in transition. Like I said, the fact that we're linked with Eze and linked with another winger, and potentially the wing is going to be very good in terms of ball carrying and good in transition, is something that we're kind of changing our kind of tactics, where a lot of our attacking players are going to be more direct, because again, they're going to want the ball and want to be focused and running down. We've got a lot of guys that kind of sideways. Odegaard's one of them. Havertz is not direct either. Even with Saka, he's not as direct as he used to be, because again, when he first came into the team, he was running that fullbacks left, right, and centre. Now it's a lot of controlled combination play with Ben White and Odegaard and Ethan Nwaneri. Ethan Nwaneri is another one that can be very direct as well. So we've got a few players in there, but not enough, man. Not enough, especially in transition opportunities. Like I said, when you're trying to break down a low block, The only kind of way you can do it is when the attacking side is defending. So when we're in the defense, sorry, when we're defending, which could be rarely in the game, when we obviously concede a corner or whatever, that's kind of our kind of chance to kind of strike and then open the scoring. And then when you score the first goal against a low block, the kind of dynamics of the game completely change, because now they have to come out, you can find a bit more space, and then the game kind of changes, isn't it? So that's definitely something we've got to work on for sure. Big up everyone in the building, man. Being scared to lose is worse than being content with the draw. That was facts. What you just said there, Tom. 100%, bro. 100%, man. And again, it's like in life, though, isn't it? Like when you're trying to do something, obviously there is a fear that you might fail. But again, in life, bro, you just gotta just put that fear to one side and just be like, you know what? Think of the kind of the rewards I'm gonna get if I end up doing what I need to do. Again, it might not go wrong. Nothing in life's guaranteed. But if you're just scared about doing anything, you'll never get anything done. Do you know what I'm saying? You gotta be willing to put that risk on the line. Potentially, this might actually flop, fail, or whatever. But potentially, if it doesn't, you could be at the top of the top. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I think that's definitely a massive, massive thing he has to change for sure. Not being scared to lose. Sometimes you lose, man, but that reward of winning, it just, for me, eclipses the thought of losing, in my opinion, man. But, yeah, again, unless you do that, you're not going to change, man. Big up Unseen in the building. What's the point of loans with obligations? To buy, surely just buy them. I feel like, again, for the buying team, it's like, well, if we just loan him out for the season, that means we can spend money on elsewhere. Do you know what I mean? So, again, they could get Kiwior in and basically part that kind of money that they're going to spend on him for the next year kind of budget, while they've got them in this year. That's kind of the kind of benefit of the team that's offering the obligation. However, for the team that is receiving the money, that it's not really great, because, again, it's like, well, we kind of need the money in right now, guaranteed. And also, we've seen it with Sancho and obviously Chelsea. That was an obligation, and in the clause there was kind of a cancellation fee, which they obviously opted to do, and now he's not even at Chelsea now. So again, it's not always concrete that even with the obligation they're definitely going to buy him. Really, you want him just to be bought and sold. Do you know what I'm saying? Straight away. So they can't go back on it. They can't change their mind, because you've already paid the fee for him. So yeah, but build yourself on scene. Good to see you in the building as always. Big up everyone in the building, man. Big up Broski. They probably don't have the cash this season, but forecast they will. Yeah, exactly, Darren. Exactly. Again, it's one of those ones where, or like I said, the cash they already have is kind of going to go on other players that are already available this season. Whereas, if you kind of get this guy in on loan for this season, you can then, like you said, pay the cash for next season for sure. Big up on scene. It says, Tops, how do I do the membership? The tab isn't on the channel. Oh, okay. Big up yourself. I'll pull it in the chat now, my bro. I'll link it. One sec. Let me just copy and paste it, and I'll put it in the chat right now, my G. Boom. Is it in the chat? In the chat. So yeah, I've just put it on the chat, my guy. Big up, Mr. Battle Red, of course. Big up Views says you need to do on a laptop or through Sapphire on your phone. Big up yourself, Views, for letting him know as well, my brother. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new, all of that good stuff. But yeah, I'll just put it in the chat, man. The link, if anyone wants to become a member, 99p, cheap as chips. Just helps support the channel, helps you pay for StreamYard, etc., and helps me provide these kind of streams for you, man. So yeah, big up yourself as always, people in the building, of course. But yeah, man, if you want to become a member, feel free to click on the link and do so. But yeah, man, just in terms of Arsenal, like I was saying, yeah, it's just all about obviously Arsenal potentially trying to get these deals over the line. Also before the start of the season, remember we've got a game tomorrow, guys, against Villarreal. So yeah, it's gonna be one of those ones where whether it's Villarreal or Atletico Bilbao, I want to see some changes to the tactics, man, for sure. Because again, what we seen on preseason was not good enough. Let's be real. Like again, I've not already had that kind of excitement this summer compared to a couple of seasons ago. Even when we signed Jesus and Zinchenko, that preseason summer was different, bro. It was like, yeah, we actually looked like we're gonna be on something. Eventually, we didn't win the league, but at least you could see there was a bit of progression in terms of how we were playing. This summer so far, kind of the same old, if we're being honest, bro. Kind of the same old. So yeah, that's very disappointing for sure. Bill Eze, is the Eze release clause now expired at 68 mil? Still there. Yeah, for sure. I feel like for me, yeah, it potentially is over, man. I mean, those conflicting reports. Some people are saying that it's over at the start of the seaon on the 15th. Some people say it was the start of August. So yeah, no one really clarified whether it was going to be it's over or not. But again, there was that massive hint by Bukayo Saka. Was it a hint? Was he just trying to aura farm? I don't know what it was. But again, he posted that picture of himself and then Eze in the bottom left-hand corner. So I don't know if that is kind of a sign that potentially the news is going to drop in the media that potentially us going in for him. So you see Theo Walcott in the note ITK saying saying Eze Theo Walcott on if Eze will potentially join Arsenal. Right from what I've been hearing, the Eze is 90% going to happen. I've dropped him a message. Exciting times ahead. So listen, I mean he's part of the club. He's been on club tours and that. So maybe he knows more than we do. I don't know, man. But hopefully he is right. That is going to get done. Big up Darren says views. Not everyone can join membership. I'm on my laptop and not seeing the option either. Oh, that's weird. That's crazy, man. I'll have to try and sort that out, man. Man said it's expired. I don't know, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know why, because I can see it on my end as well. So I don't know. Maybe I might have to change something in my settings. I'll definitely have a look into that, man. Big up views says it must be a glitch then, as I can see it. Or bro, that's how you usually do it. God knows, bro. LOL. Yeah, that's strange interviews. Like that's how I normally do it as well. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look into that. See if I can try and change it in my end. It's weird that Arsenal allow it to expire, then dropped a low ball offer, Arsenal or a joke. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna allow it to drop and obviously not go in for it when it's obviously active, then for me personally, you definitely have to then try and bid for him afterwards. Because again, it's one of those ones where he's made it clear he wants to join us. That people like Spurs and there's kind of other teams that maybe were looking at him. I know Chelsea were linked with him a couple of weeks ago as well. They've obviously gone to Xavi Simons. Again, he's probably told these players or told these teams, that he wants to come to Arsenal. So yeah, it's just up to Arsenal now to pull the finger out and kind of make the deal done and active, man. Otherwise, it's going to be long. Big up, Mr. Barres. Certain locations can't do memberships. Okay, I don't know which ones are there specifically, but there were viewers in Asia and Caribbean that often say they can't join as members or super chat. Okay, Darren is from Jamaica, so that kind of makes sense, man. Big up yourself, Mr. Battle Red, for letting me know. Because, yeah, that's kind of a strange. They need to obviously change that as well, man. Because, again, if you're able to watch it, then you should be able to contribute however you see fit, for sure. Big up Unseen becoming a new member, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Unseen becoming a new channel member, man. Appreciate the support. As always, my bro, if you want to become a new member, it is in the chat. I need to kind of pin it as well, to be fair. It is in the chat, man. If you want to become 99p, all that good stuff, cheap as chips, help support the channel, my bro. Big up Unseen. Really appreciate the support of the channel, my bro. As always, man. But yeah, just trying to provide you guys with some content for sure. But yeah, big up Unseen as always, my brother. Yeah, I figured that was the case. It's so silly, isn't it? Yeah, very silly, man. Everything goes back to that stupid Madueke madness. Yeah, listen, man. That's the thing that's really annoying about the whole situation. If you're going to do that, and it's what I say in terms of like Arsenal PR, in terms of how they've kind of navigated towards these transfers. If you notice, we've signed 6 players, and the majority of the fan base isn't really that happy. And that kind of shows you how much of a mess they made of the previous transfer windows, and also kind of how they made a mess of this one, for the simple fact that you kind of got in guys at a time where the fans are kind of wanting a particular thing. Now, I understand you can't always get it in the order that you want. Sometimes the priority signings have to wait till later. That's understandable. But at the same time, it's like, well, because Arsenal have not got that much rapport with the fans in terms of how they deal with transfers, no one trusts Arsenal to get all the deals done, because that's what normally happens. They normally don't get all the deals done. So everyone's very, 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 very suspect of them in terms of, okay, we're going to get Madueke. Is this going to be it now? Because we've done this before. We've been getting a player, and we've been so. I remember back in 2012, when we got Giroud and Podolski. Yeah, they're going to be playing with Van Persie. Next minute, Van Persie's getting sold, and they were the replacements. It's like, bro, that's what I'm saying. It's already happened before and before. So I know it's on the different management and different, obviously, ownership or whatever. I think at the time, I don't know if the Conquistadors were there at that point. I can't even remember, man. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's always kind of the same kind of rhetoric in terms of obviously them always trying to tell you that we're going to get this kind of player in, and then towards the end of the window, they kind of soft launch that, okay, Arsenal kind of done with their business now. There's going to be focused on outgoings, etc. So yeah, I think no one really trusts Arsenal to kind of get any more signings through the door, which I don't really blame him, if I'm being honest. Don't really blame him at all. Just like everyone going back to habits, keeping us from signing the striker for so long. I agree with that as well. Man, for sure. I think, again, that's another one we have to look at and think, why did we sign him? He stops us from getting a proper number 8 and a striker as well. Two positions that we still, obviously, we just got Gyökeres, but that number 8 position is still something we need to obviously improve on. And the left winger situation, even from all the way from Modric, we've still not really covered that situation. So these kind of issues, they're not just being done for this season. We've had these kind of issues in these areas for 2, 3, 4 years. It's just Arsenal's fault we've actually had to do this all in one window. Whereas before, if you would have staggered them, then this season, really, we should have only really been replacing the 2 midfielders that were leaving on a free. And maybe another attacker, maybe. And that's kind of it. We should have already had the striker in. We should have already had a proper left 8 in and a left winger in already throughout the years we've been actually looking for. And a backup to Saka, really. So, yeah. Big up on seeing says, can you use a VPN? I don't know if you can use a VPN, actually. That's a very good choice. That's a very good question. Only Gyökeres Arsenal fans are happy with. Yeah, only Gyökeres, bro. I mean, Zubimendi, again, is another one where I think Arsenal fans will probably be more happy with the more they see him play. But, yeah, in terms of off the rip, it is only Gyökeres, Kurt. You're right. Like, again, and it's the only one that really comes into our first team, bar obviously Zubimendi, that's not actually replacing someone that's already left. So, yeah, man, it's not great at the minute, bro. It's not great at the minute. It must have facts. Must have big up unseen. Big up unseen, man, for being a member, man. Really appreciate the support of the channel of always. Of course. I still don't understand the Norgard signing. Yeah, I think with that one, bro, I think it was a thing where they expected, obviously, number 5 to carry on and being at the club. Obviously, that whole thing's come out. And, they've kind of just panicked and just been like, okay, what's the nearest kind of Premier League player that we can get for a cheap amount of money? Because, again, we bought it for 10 mil, which, again, is not a lot of money, but for the quality of play you're replacing, it's not ideal. You really want to be spending a massive piece of money to really replace Jorginho and number 5, really, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, man. I think that was a lack of preparation for sure. Because I don't think we were going to even kind of sign Norgard, if I'm being honest. Big up on scene. It says Madueke going to be a good one, I reckon. Okay. Also need a bit more spark on the wings. Can't always have Saka making things happen. Listen, on scene, if Madueke is there for the Saka backup, I'm still happy with the amount of money we spent on him, because I feel like, again, if you don't get all your signings in the summer, you could look back at that deal and say, you know what, we didn't really need to spend 52 million. We could have got a cheaper alternative. I'm not against having a backup to Saka. I've sat here for the longest saying Saka needs rest. We need an actual proper backup for him. Someone that plays on the right wing that's actually decent. A backup, for example. And so I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, why have we got a backup for Saka? If you got one, cool. But the problem you've got on scene is that a lot of fans, including myself, are thinking he's not going to be a backup to Saka. He's going to be the left winger that everyone wants to be starting for Arsenal. Now, I don't think potentially he's at that level, and he might never be at that level where he's our first left winger choice that's going to propel us to obviously winning trophies. I think potentially at this moment in time, instead of his skill set and ability, he's better suited to being a backup to a Saka at this moment in time. So it all just depends how we do the rest of the transfer window. If we end up signing more players, then I feel like that Madueke deal, a lot of people will be a bit more softer on it, even though people are not happy with the money. But if he's the actual backup to Saka and someone that can play on the left, if there's obviously an injury to the actual left winger, then that's fine. Do you know what I mean? But if he's the left winger, new left winger, then people are not going to be happy with that kind of amount of money spending on him, when potentially you could get a left winger that potentially is a bit more seasoned and better than him at this current moment in time. Because by the way, he's still 23. He still needs to improve his game. He still needs to be way more consistent than he has been. That's what a lot of the Chelsea fans were complaining about. So, yeah, there's a lot of things to obviously delve into there. But big up for the question, my bro. Really appreciate it. Obviously, it's all about Saka with the mistake. Big up Spirit of the LFC fans. Big up everyone. Big up everyone is respect, polite, honest, and genuine people in the chat. There will be surprises in the Premier League this season. You'll never walk alone. Big up yourself for the comment, man. Appreciate you being in the building, my brother. And yeah, literally, man. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up the community, man. Always keeping it respectful. Bit of banter here and there, but all in all, always about respect in the chat. That's what I love about this community for sure. But yeah, there will be surprises, bro. If we look at last season, man, Nottingham Forest were third for the majority of the season. I know they fell away towards the end. I think they just ran out of gas. But who would have thought Nottingham Forest would be in a Champions League place for the majority of the season, especially when they just about survived relegation the year before? So there is always a kind of a team which no one will have on the radar right now, where you think, man, they're not going to do too much. And then all of a sudden, they're in a proper top position where you think, oh my God, this has come out of nowhere. They're playing really, really well. We've seen it with Leicester before in previous seasons. So yeah, definitely, man. And that's where the Premier League is better for sure, man. So yeah, we'll have to see. Big up Darren says, Madueke has never scored a goal on the left wing at Chelsea. This is the issue, I say, my bro. Again, so I mean, he's not even like he's a seasoned veteran on that side either. They kind of try to kind of play him there a little bit towards the end of last season, but nothing really concrete. So we have to wait and see how he does that. And also, are not in a position where we can sit back and wait, especially in the attacking areas, where we can sit back and wait and hope these guys come through. This is why they want Sesko, because again, it's a little bit of kind of hoping he does well. Whereas with Gyökeres, there's an expectation he has to do well. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's expecting him to score goals, whether it's come from the Portuguese league, the Swedish league, the French league. It doesn't really matter because of the amount of goals he scored in the last 2-3 seasons. There's an expectation he's going to come in and score, bro. Whereas with Madueke, I'll be real, I've got I keep forgetting we've even signed him. I've got no expectations of him doing anything, if I'm being honest. Like, because again, I know he's not exactly what we need, bro, in terms of a starting left winger that's going to change the trajectory of our season in terms of keeping the weight off Saka and the striker, making it more balanced. So we've got front three where you're scared of all three of them. Do you know what I mean? All three of them can do some damage. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I think Madueke, he's just too inconsistent in my liking. Listen, I'll give him a chance. Again, I'm not seeing him playing an Arsenal shirt. Well, that's just my honest opinion on it so far, my bro. But big up yourself for the comment. It says more just talking, taking on people and getting into the box than scoring. Yeah, that's obviously his main threat for sure. 52 is not yeah. This is what I'm saying. 52 is not a Saka backup. He's the left winger, and this is the issue, man. Arsenal don't really spend that much on backup players, bro. I'll be real. It's like saying it was 65 mil for Havertz. Havertz is going to make his way into the team, whether it's in the number 10 position, whether he's starting up front. It's Arteta will find a way for him to be playing on a regular basis in this team, man. Because again, it's a lot of money, and he's our highest paid player in the club. So again, it's a lot of outlay for him to do to not have him play a lot of games. So yeah, man, I think potentially again he's going to be obviously starting as well. But yeah, in terms of the 52 million, not a backup. I'm hoping also have changed, but I can't see it, bro. I'm hoping we actually buy someone else, and he is kind of the backup. Because the thing is as well, with obviously him not being the backup, you're kind of expecting him to play a lot of games now. Because again, I think you can't really play Saka 50, 60 games next season. So he's going to play on the right wing at some stage. And then if he is the left wing option, he's going to be playing on the left wing probably every week. He's probably going to be ahead of Martinelli or Trossard. Do you know what I'm saying? So, oh my God, it's crazy. Big up 7 on Dre. Big up Dre, man, in the building. He says, did Theo Walcott just give us the you got it? Yeah, listen. People, hey, Christian, man. Oh, my days. I can't believe he was actually right about that. That just felt like the most fabricated story I think I've ever heard. But yeah, he was right. You got it. We actually did get Gyökeres, so it's crazy. Big up on scene says Elanga would have been better, to be fair, but he's gone to Newcastle. In terms of ball carrying, in terms of trying to possess or go up the pitch, you're probably right, man, to be fair. You're probably right. Just hope it isn't the same 98% as we spent the time at the top. Oh, mate, that was horrible, man. That's the worst out of the last 3 seasons for sure for me. Because that season, we definitely should have won it, just in terms of the position we're in. Or the position we got ourselves in, sorry. From that position, you got to go on and win it, bro. 8 points clear with 8 games to go. I know City had a game in hand and we had to play them, but at the same time, we basically bottled it, man. We were 2-0 up. It wouldn't be too bad if we were playing, obviously, top-level teams. We only really played Liverpool and Man City towards the end, and we were in a position where we were winning. We were 2-0 up at Anfield. We were 2-0 up at West Ham. We should not have been 2-0 down against Southampton at home. They literally got relegated that season. So that should have been 9 points there. We ended up getting 3. So we dropped 6 points there, and then we lost to Man City. So yeah, not good enough. Not good enough at all. But it is what it is, man. Big up Godfrey says, big up Tops. Hope you're good. Big up Godfrey, the community, man. Another member as well. Big up yourself, brother. Hope you are well. Good to see you in the building, in the chat, as always, my bro. Big up the community, of course, man. Big up everyone tuning in. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel if you've not already, man. Big up on Cena says, the thing with Norgard and similar signings is that the club is probably hoping they play better in the new system than they did at Brentford. Yeah, they probably are, man. The thing with obviously the Norgard thing, at the time, it's like, because you're replacing 2 players that, let's be honest, man, number 5 and Jorginho have been very crucial in terms of our midfield build-up play, in terms of us playing out from the back and stuff like that. You look at the level of quality and look at the team they've played for compared to Norgard, who's respectfully only been at Brentford for the last 7 or 8 years. It just felt like a underwhelming kind of replacement. You kind of want someone that's played at a top-level European side to come in and replace a Jorginho, for example, who's won, obviously, the Euros for Italy, played for Chelsea, played for Arsenal, played for Napoli as well. So he's played for European and top level teams as well. So yeah, man, I think it's more like that. Listen, again, I'll give him a chance. Like I said, obviously I've watched Norgard in the Premier League. He's a decent Premier League player. He's not amazing. He's not terrible. Like he's not. I've watched him play week in week out for Brentford. He's like a decent mid-table like player. But the problem you're probably going to have is if you do get some injuries in the midfield, he might be your starting midfielder. 4 Champions League games, 4 Premier League games, like the top ones as well. If we go away to the Etihad or we got at home to Liverpool or whatever, he might be playing, he might be starting. So is he going to be good enough to handle a midfield in that 6th position? Is he going to be able to cover grass? Is he going to be able to dictate play, which is what obviously all the things Arteta wants his number 6 to do? I don't know, man, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's kind of the worry when it comes to someone like him for sure. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like on the video, subscribe. Big up on seeing it says, as in they're not going to come in and play not the exact same way they did at the old club because the team as a whole plays different. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So basically, you're trying to say that he's gonna have to adapt to obviously how Arsenal play compared to Brentford. Brentford were definitely more defensive, more of a transitional counter-attacking team, where Norgard was kind of playing in that sitting role where he kind of just plays balls over the top and directly into Mbuemo. I don't know if we're going to be playing similar way like that. We're normally a possession-based team. Hopefully we change this. Listen, for me, we need to change the style anyway. I think we need to be a bit more versatile and have different styles for different teams rather than just having the same kind of pedestrian possession play, man. I think that is very, very stale for sure. But says that big up to Godfrey, says Darren. My whole keyboard is bugging. I hear that, bro. I hear that, my guy. Where is the SA bid, man? This club, bro. I'm waiting as much as you, my guy. I'm waiting as much as you. We got Darren. Darren says not happening, bro. SA benches the captain, and SA would never sign to be a number 2. Listen, I'm hopeful that potentially Eze can be used in other positions, and also the fact that again, not only can he play in the 10, he can play in the 8 and the left wing as well. That versatility is definitely needed, man. Because bro, we're never going to progress if we're just content with the players that don't win us trophies anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to move on. Like, there has to be a more of a pressure from him, if it's not from Arteta, but from the board, if that's the case, that we need to get some more players in, man. But we'll see, man. I still think I just can't see I don't know, man. I just can't see us not getting him, bro. Like, I don't understand the fans would have a meltdown, man. Like, he wants to come to us. We obviously want him because we're looking at him. Like, the Crystal Palace are waiting for a bid. Like, what reason would there be for us not to bid? It would have to be a massive U-turn of Arsenal not expecting to buy him, which obviously has happened before, to be fair. It has come out that Arsenal are not expecting any more incomings. That kind of little soft launch by Ornstein or Gonablog, whoever normally does it. But I don't know, man. I just feel like Fabrizio Romano has been very clear that we want Eze. Ben Jacobs has been, and he's been on fire this summer, to be fair. He's been really adamant that we're going to make a bid for Eze. So, yeah, it would take a massive U-turn for us not to do that, if I'm being honest. But we'll see. We will see, man. We got on scene said just because of his age, that I would agree. There's a bit of a temporary option. Yeah, for sure. I said back, become a good boy and got a member. Big up on scene, man. As always, my bro. Yeah, exactly. He might work better in the Arsenal system than he did for Brentford. Big up 7 on DR says, are there any latest news on any of our outgoings? Vieira, Nelson, Kiwior, Zini, or Trossard rumors? Yeah, so I did go look on it quickly about Jakub Kiwior. He was he had a bid that was rejected. Also rejected a bid from Porto for how much was it, man? I can't remember how much it even was now. How much was it? I think it was 27 million euros or something like that, man. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Porto recently offered Jakub Kiwior a loan with a mandatory purchase option of 27 million euros, but also turned down the bid. So yeah, that was kind of touted yesterday. So yeah, apparently also happy with him, and it would take a bid of 35 to 40 million pounds for him to obviously leave the club. So you've got that kind of option there. Fabio Vieira is another one that was obviously touted to leave the club. It was Stuttgart who have made an approach for him. Let's have a look. It was an exclusive from David Ornstein. He put, Stuttgart pushing a deal to sign Fabio Vieira from Arsenal. 25-year-old attacking midfielder spent last season on loan at Porto. Stuttgart approach relates to a permanent move. No agreement yet, but the talks with the Arsenal continue for the Portuguese playmaker. So, yeah, apparently we want about 30 million euros for him, which is about 22, 23 million pounds, something like that. 24 million pounds, something like that anyway. So, yeah, that I think would be a decent amount of money, to be honest with you. I think my expectation was about 15 mil, something like that. But yeah, if we can try and get 20 plus, 25 plus, then again, it's obviously not 35 that we paid for him, but at least it's a bit more than the expected half we were going to get. So yeah, they're the kind of real deals in terms of outgoings, bro, in terms of any kind of concrete talks or anything. Nothing really on Reece Nelson, nothing on Zinchenko in terms of actual bids or anything. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that, or Trossard either. So yeah, so thanks, Daddy. Otter, he likes moving players around, so Eze plays on the left as well. Yeah, for sure. Big up T. It says, when did you cheer for Arsenal and why? I swear, I'm assuming you mean when did I support them? From like 2001, bro. Basically, like I said, one of my best friends was an Arsenal fan. This is when I didn't even like football, so I didn't know any of the players, didn't know if they're any good or anything. So yeah, he was like my best friend. He was into Arsenal, so I supported him by look, really. And then yeah, obviously seeing the team, and obviously the first actual game I watched was the Liverpool final against Arsenal, where we lost 2-1 against Michael Owen, which was kind of crazy. I couldn't believe we actually lost that game because we actually absolutely battered them. But yeah, man, from then, it was just kind of, that was it, man. That was it. And luckily, obviously, for me, we was in a good period where they were actually good. Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, the football was amazing back then, man. Honestly, I think it does get overlooked at this moment in time because it was so long ago. But bro, we were playing one-touch football, crazy. Some of the goals we scored was amazing. We should be getting Lookman as well. 100% agree. I'm 4 years old, says Unseen. Must have good. The left is already loaded. Nelly, Trossard, Madawaki. That's crazy. Yeah, that's a mad yellow card, man. Why for that? Vieira, 30 for Vieira. Ain't no way we're getting that, unfortunately. 15 mil max for me. Yeah, this is what I was saying, bro. Like, if we can try and get like 18 to 20, even like 20, man, 20, 22, 23, and then I think it would be definitely better than 15, 12. Do you know what I'm saying? But again, it's up to Burr. I feel like we definitely need to change his perception. Again, we're kind of saying it's 15 because it's Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? But if this was like a Liverpool, I've just seen them sell Tyler Morton. Never heard of this guy for 15 million pounds to Leon. Who I have never heard of this guy in my life. Has he even played for Liverpool? I don't know. Liverpool fans, you have to let me know. Where does he even play? And they've got 15 million pounds for him. Fabio Vieira, who's played in the Champions League before, he played for Arsenal as well. Played for Porto last season. We can't even get 20 mil for him. Like, gee, it's crazy, man. So yeah, we need to definitely improve how we improve for sure. Lookman would be a good signing for Arsenal. Yeah, I rate him as well. I think he'd be a very good signing for Arsenal as well, my bro. 30 mil for Trossard, I can argue that. Listen, 30 for Trossard for me is the minimum for sure. You got to be getting at least 30, man. I know he's got 1 year left, but again, what he's done for Arsenal in terms of the crucial goals he scored in the Champions League as well. We've got to start getting some decent money for these players, man. Otherwise, we're just going to be in a recurring cycle when we want to sell more players on. Like, say, for example, we want to sell Havertz next season. People are going to be like, well, we'll give you 40 for him, 35. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. It's like, bro, we paid 65 for him. You got to try and get that back. Whether he's worth that or not, obviously is besides the point. He wasn't worth that when we bought him, but we were silly enough to get the guy for 65. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we definitely have to do it. Talks, what your local club, who would you support if not Arsenal? That's a good question, man. Who would I support if it wasn't for Arsenal? Probably like Aston Villa or someone, you know. I'll probably say probably Villa. Probably Villa, bro. Probably Villa. But yeah, big up for the question. Lookman isn't really proven in the Prem though. That's the very thing with Lookman is that he's played in the Prem. He's not obviously proven because again he didn't really have great spells at the clubs he was at. But at the same time, I feel like for me, he definitely is someone that's improved since that kind of spell, and maybe that spell can help him come back and do really, really well here. So, but I think he's a good player. I think in Serie A, he's definitely been consistent over there and also in Europe as well, man. So yeah, I think he'd be a good signing personally. He's definitely someone that can play across all three flanks as well. Carlos in the building, big up Carlos as well. Carlos, big up Carlos. Come on, I said the horseman has appeared. I said Carlos cooking time. I said what's happened then, Kurt? Saying big up to Carlos. This is unseen. I've been gone too long. Also, Carlos, is Darren's rumor true? He was groomed. That's crazy. Why for that? I'm saying I've been gone too long. I said, who's your local team? Tops. Yeah, my local team is Aston Villa. So yeah, it probably would be a Villa thing, to be fair. It would be a Villa thing for sure. But yeah, big up yourself. We could have got to say between 17 and 20 for Zinni this summer. He more likely rated that Vieira, but wages are also knocking down Zinni's fee. Yeah, for sure, man. And yeah. That is one of the things. Even like Jesus, Zinni, even Reece Nelson, man, he's on 100k a week, which is ridiculous thinking about it now, because he's literally done nothing to warrant that. And I like Reece Nelson, but yeah, he's not had a career worth 100k a week. That's like a starting player for maybe like a mid-table team. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Yeah, crazy. So yeah, we definitely have to sort out those wages for sure. I said, yo, yeah, Darren, yeah, Gallup calls me a horse. Oh my days, it's crazy. I said, because you eat her hay. That's why for that? What is this chat, man? This chat's mad. Oh my days, man. Big up Darren, big up Carlos in the building, man. I said, well, go on, Kurt. Come on, G. With a laughing emoji. At least 3. Yeah, brother. Listen, yellows. Yellows, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Man said a laughing emoji, but the man didn't get it. Listen, it's if you know, innit? With the horse, yeah, horse is that's crazy. That, yeah, I think, you know what? That might be 2 straight reds for both. I'll be real. I'll send Darren off straight red. Yeah, man, straight red. 3-match ban, man. 3-match ban for sure. Big up everyone in the building, man. But yeah, obviously that's kind of the Arsenal news, really. Obviously, Newcastle still waiting for Cesco's decision. I think potentially he could still go to Manchester United. Obviously, the news about Nicholas Jackson increasingly likely to leave Chelsea. Suitors in the Premier League abroad considering 24-year-old if they do not land their top target. So that's obviously talking about Man United. That's obviously talking about Newcastle. Potentially Aston Villa if Watkins goes to either of the clubs. So losing an existing player, yep. Or alongside the current options. Chelsea sales completed, agreed at 200 million plus with 100 and 150 million more expected, which is kind of crazy in one window, man. To get potentially 350 million in sales in one window must be a record. I said, I'm gonna just see myself out with a laughing emoji for sure, bro. For sure. Man getting sent off within 5 minutes, bro. You know that? What game was it? Was it Gerrard against Man United? When he came on as a sub, in about 45 seconds, he got sent off. Oh my days. That was that right there, bro. Man's come on, took the bib off, yeah, warmed up, on the board goes up, man comes on the pitch. Straight elbow, straight away, man's off. It's crazy. Man said, have a word, ref. Have a word, man. Watch him, Lino. Watch him. Big up Darren, big up Carlos, of course. Big up DWTT. Hello. Big up yourself, brother. Hopefully you are well. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel as well, people, man. What you telling me, DWTT? Hopefully you are good. But yeah, Nicholas Jackson on his way out. So yeah, man, be interesting to see where he goes to. He's got to be a Premier League club, surely. If he ends up at Man United, oh my God, Man U. Oh my days, I need it, man. I need Jackson at Man United, man. That would be funny. That would be funny, bro. That would be funny. But yeah, crazy. Obviously, again, Fabrizio Romano, so Christian and Cuckoo still planning to leave this summer with talks ongoing. Nicholas Jackson can also leave before the end of the season in case of an important proposal. And obviously, that's what Chelsea have done, getting rid of these players here with João Felix, George, and Sterling next. So yeah, they are shipping a few players out. I'll be real. They are shipping a few players out for sure. Manchester City are set to offer a new contract to Rodri, valid until 2029. He could become the second best paid player, after Haaland. Decision up to Rodri. City want to show their trust in Rodri with new deal almost ready to be offered. I think there was links with Real Madrid and potentially they trying to go for him. So yeah, I think they want to tie him down to a long-term contract, man. Going to be very interesting to see how he comes back, considering obviously he had a massive injury at the start of the season. So yeah, start of last season. So yeah, man. Big old I said, wait, what? Oh yeah, Jackson's on his way back, man. Big up Darren. I want to keep Jackson. Chelsea are back. Where's Berger gone? Loved him at Saints. Oh, he's gone to Burnley, bro. He's gone to Burnley on a permanent deal. So yeah, he's out of there. He's gone. Big up DWTT. Eze and another friend. Law to complete Arsenal window, bro. I hope fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed, bro. Fingers crossed. Burnley unseen as well. And Cuckoo to Arsenal incoming with an eye emoji. Oh, big up Normski, my brother. What are you telling me, my guy? Hopefully you're good. Gotta get you on the channel soon as well, my bro. It says Thomas Partey granted conditional bail as per Sky Sports. Okay, so okay, very, very interesting with that, man. Very, very interesting. Super now. Crazy, man. Big up Normski, man. I'll have to try and make you a mod as well, man. Big up yourself, bro. Hopefully you're well, man. But yeah, definitely I've got to do another show with you again soon. Soon come, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel as well, people. But yeah, man. Thanks for the pub. Says DWTT. Big up the legend, man. Big up Kurt says City won't sell Rodri to Real Madrid if they even ask for 250 million tops. Yeah, I think Rodri is too much of a crucial player for him. I know, obviously, again, is that massive kind of injury, which for me, it's definitely not going to be the same for sure, man. I think personally, it's one of those ones where, yeah, you're gonna have to obviously look at him and think, is he going to be the same kind of player this season? Are you going to be able to play him the same amount of games? Because he used to play every single game, like I said. But yeah, I think in terms of just keeping him at the club, I think you definitely got to just try and do it, man. Because you don't really want him to go to another team, especially when you've not really got an out-and-out replacement for him, because he can just do so many things, innit? So yeah, you're better off just keeping him and hoping he kind of gets at least a little bit of the form back. Big up Darren says, Normski, big up the legend. Come on, man. Big up Normski every single time. Come on, bro. Always love. Rodri won't be the same again, bro. Listen, again, I've got a massive feeling that he probably won't be. Yeah, and definitely not to the heights he was at, because he was definitely the best probably midfielder in the world at one point. Obviously, he won the Ballon d'Or. Can he get to that element again? I don't know, especially obviously with his age. He's what, 29 now. A massive ACL injury is tough, bro, to really kind of rediscover that form. But it might even take him a while for him to get to that level, even if he ever does. So, yeah, man. But again, you can never say never. But yeah, it's looking highly unlikely in my opinion. But even if he is not even 100% Rodri, he can still be a very, very important member of the team for sure. Still, he can still be at a decent level, even if he's not the same, because he was at such a good level beforehand. So yeah, man. I said Nkuku, really? Yeah, I'm not sure where Nkuku's gonna go. I don't know if Carlos knows what kind of team, because again, he was linked with Man United a lot, but it seems that that's definitely kind of stalled a little bit, considering they've got Embuemo and now Cunha for the number 10 position. So I'm not really sure where he's going to go. I said Rodrygo is a yeah, Rodrygo, man. I said Law is left winger. Okay, makes sense. Makes very, very good sense. Chelsea dumping their bench onto Arsenal. Listen, man. If we're linked, if we are linked with Jackson, bro, I don't know what to tell you guys. Man. It's crazy. Nonsky with a prayer emoji. Come on, bro. Your channel is very underrated. Appreciate you, team, man. Appreciate that, man. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, man. If you're new, if you want to become a member, it's linked in the I think it might be pinned as well in the description. Let me see if we can try and pin it. But yeah, big up everyone in the building, man. Really appreciate everyone in the building as well, supporting the channel as always, man. Always a good chat with the community. How is Partey signed to a new club, bro? I have no idea. I've not really got into the legal stuff of that kind of all complication. Obviously, he's been given bail according to Normski, so big up Normski for the update. But bro, I don't know, man. With that whole situation, it's kind of crazy, really. So yeah, man, it's one of those ones, man. One of those ones. Bless up my guy. Big up Normski, man, as always, my brother. Hopefully you are well, my guy. Good to see you in the chat, man. Rodri needs a year to get back to his best. Yeah, I agree, bro. I feel like, again, ACL injuries just kind of affect players differently, man. I feel like for us, in terms of Arsenal fans, Timber definitely played way too many games. There's no kind of coincidence he got another injury, which was an ankle injury, which he had to have surgery on, sorry. So, yeah, we'll have to see how he recovers from that injury as top of the ACL. But, yeah, people, again, like I said, when Van Dijk came back, he took a couple of years for him to really get back to his, obviously, all-time best as well. So, yeah, I think it just depends on the player, the position, how often they are obviously using their body to obviously go up and down the pitch and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Big on C says, what are the mods even here for, bro? Half the time Carlos needs the mod himself. Red card as well, bro. Nah, legit, bro. Legit. That's funny, man. VVD took a year. Yeah, 100%, bro. He did take a year, my guy. See, man even knows, bro. He even knows. We got unseen, man. Oh my G. I think Rodrygo will be back in a year's time. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully for you, obviously for you guys as well. Like he comes back. Even like I said, even if it's like a 75%, 70% kind of vibe with Rodrygo, I think that's going to be better than probably most midfielders anyway. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's definitely one you got to look out for sure. Yo, you're unseen. I'm the king of the mods. Says Carlos. Unseen says I'm king of the membership. Broski, come on, G. Always love as always. We don't have the capacity. Oh my days, my God. Big up, man. Oh my days. Was modeling himself. That's why he's late. That's crazy. That's a red. That might be a red, brother. What is going on, man? I said laughing emoji. I said just sub. Can't believe I haven't done before. Now you know what? You know what it is, bro. Like it's the same. I think I subbed to your channel a couple of months ago. But you know what it is? You know when you're on obviously people's channels and stuff, you just forget to sub to their channel with your own channel. So yeah, no worries, man. It's just one of those ones. I feel like that with like people I always go on, and it's like I'm always on their channel, I like their stuff and stuff, but you just forget to press the sub button, man. So no worries, my brother. Good to see you in the building, my guy. You lot can't afford a year without Rodri. Listen, for this season alone, man, I feel like they've got Renders, they've got Shirky. I don't know if they've got enough to really cover that kind of defensive number 6 role. It looks like Gonzalez is going to be on his way out as well. So I'm not too sure, man. I think potentially it could be a case where they might have to do a bit of rejuggling with Renders to try and even mold him into kind of that maybe 6 kind of ball playing 6, maybe. But who knows? Pep will always come up with something mad that we've not even seen before. So it wouldn't surprise me if Al Nouri's kind of CDM or something. Bro, you just don't know with this guy, innit? You'll just come up with something that is kind of mad. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see for sure. Thought you were Jamaican, Darren. Awadis. Allow it, bro. Allow it. Yeah, it's going left. Darren's already off. What can you do? He's already gone, man. City not winning the league this season anyways, Darren. Yeah, I think potentially, obviously, I don't know what you guys in the chat think. You have to let me know. Who do you think the favorite is for the Premier League? A lot of people will say Liverpool, especially if they get Isak as well. So, yeah, man, it's one of those ones where you just got to look at it and thinking, wow, if it is Isak, then you can't really bet against them, man. They've got Salah, they've got Van Dijk, they've got Alisson, they've got obviously replacement for Trent, they've got Wirtz as well. People forget about Wirtz because, again, they've bought in Nketiah as well. Listen, man, I know they've replaced a few players in the attack, but they've spent a lot of money in those kind of forward areas, man. There's going to be a high level of expectation, not for Liverpool fans as well, but for rivals. A lot of rival fans are going to be like, you know what, Liverpool should be winning the league. They've won it without all these players last year. They should be winning it this year. So, but again, football is a strange old game, man. Sometimes it doesn't work like that. I said, please take second, says Darren. I don't know about second place. Yeah, I think Man City will finish probably second, if I'm being honest, man. But we will see for sure. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Obviously, just news about Newcastle sending a bid to RB Leipzig for Benjamin Cesco worth 90 million euro package, man. 80 million euros plus 10 million in add-ons on the table from Newcastle. No decision yet for the player. This kind of makes me believe that he actually wants to go to Manchester United. He's just waiting. He's just waiting for them to kind of make a bid. Manchester United confirm again to RB Leipzig that that they will bid for Cesco if he picks them. So again, he's kind of waiting to see if he kind of makes a decision that he wants to actually go to Man United in particular, rather than kind of maybe they don't want to be in a bidding war. Basically, they don't want to go bar for bar where they're bidding for Newcastle. Newcastle are trying to outbid them, etc. Then they end up paying 100 million euros for the guy. Which is smart, to be fair. It is very, very smart to do that. Because again, you only be in a position where you're kind of bidding for the sake of it. And you end up paying over the odds. Obviously, I bet news on Ben Jacobs about obviously Chelsea's position. So Chelsea's position on Nicholas Jackson has always been a sell, if possible, at the right price, even though he remains valued by Enzo Maresca. A lot will also come down to Jackson and whether he wants to be a lead striker elsewhere. Okay. Liam Delap has arrived, and fellow new signing João Pedro would be used more as a number 9 if Javi Simmons is added. potentially reducing Jackson's game time. Jackson has been offered to Newcastle, Man United, and Milan recently. Former clubs decided to focus on Benjamin Sesko instead of engaging for now. This remains the realistic chance Jackson leaves, with several clubs being keen and likely to approach Chelsea in August. So it does look like he's going to be on his way out, and it could be Man United or Newcastle that are willing to buy him, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Big up everyone in the building. Says, big up Dre says, again, don't say Pep going to experiment with these new players because Arteta going to copy 2 years later, do the BTEC version of it. Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. He's already done the inverted thing. He's already done the 4 centre backs across the defense as well. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, my guy. Wouldn't surprise me. I can't stand another year of this useless manager looking better than he is. Says Darren, not obviously happy. Big up T says a very big comparison. Compensation, sorry, for Isak if he goes to Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, again, Liverpool will definitely be paying probably 120 to 30, maybe even 40 million for him all in. I'm guessing his wages is going to be 250. I think his wages at Newcastle is about 150. So yeah, that would be 100 grand pay rise. So I think he'd be happy with that, to be honest with you. So yeah, a lot of things definitely to think about when it comes to Isak and potentially going to Liverpool. So yeah, you are definitely right with that one, my guy. Big up Unseen, says, how does Fabrizio know so much ball? Always wondered. I think he's got a lot of contacts, my brother. I think he's got a lot of contacts with some of these kind of agents and obviously the clubs behind the scenes. So that's probably maybe how he's getting this kind of information so far. Big up Carlos says it's Chelsea's league. Listen, man, I do feel like Chelsea are going to have a good season. If I'm being honest, I think the upward trajectory of the club is definitely going in the right direction for Chelsea fans. So we'll have to wait and see, though. We'll have to wait and see what actually happens again. And be very interesting to see how you navigate with the Champions League games and the Premier League games, playing your best team in both. But it's looking like you're trying to build a squad for it. So, yeah, we shall see, man. Obviously, that's about at Pom. Obviously, this is about Thomas Partey's bail conditions, included that you cannot contact any of the women involved in the case. You must notify police of any permanent charges of the address of the international travel. The chief administrator, Paul Goldspring, appeared to confirm Partey's Villarreal move. I understand he's no longer employed in this country and playing in Spain now. He's due to appear at the Old Bail on September the 2nd. So yeah, that's a saga that's obviously going to continue as well. Yeah, one of them ones, man. One of them ones. Obviously been granted conditional bail as well. So yeah, big on scene. It says hidden cameras or something. Hidden cameras or something. Isak's problem is that Liverpool doesn't usually pay big wages. So his 300k dreams might not come true. Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like 250 is probably what they'll do. And I think you'll probably accept that, bro, to be honest with you. Because again, I think it's one of those ones where potentially he could be out of the door. Regardless, because again, his wages he's been on for Newcastle have definitely been undervaluing his actual contribution. Because I don't think he's the highest paid. I'm not even sure who's the highest paid at Newcastle, if I'm being honest. Mate, I'm trying to think of the player apart from Isak. I don't think it is Isak. I think he's on like 150 or something. So yeah, I don't know. It might be like a Bruno Guimaraes because he got a new contract, I'm sure, recently as well. So it might be him, man, or Tonali or one of those guys. So yeah. Big up Curtis, is this league gonna? No. But yeah, big up yourself, bro. But yeah, just on about obviously Mason Greenwood. Apparently go to Saudi potentially. But Marseille don't want to sell, so that's another obviously deal potentially on the radar. The former Arsenal goalkeeper Neto is on his way to Brazil for no fee. So honor free, basically. So yeah. Very interesting, man. Very interesting. For a 2-year deal. That's obviously talking about Isak's kind of deal as well. Obviously all about Chelsea as well. But yeah, Newcastle are pushing for a quick answer from Cesco. They want a deal done within the next 48 hours. Potentially getting him in place for their first opening game against Aston Villa, which is a difficult game as well, by the way. Which is the first opening game for them. So yeah, Guimaraes maybe. Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. Big up T says, but the scary thing in Cesco, he scored only 13 goals in the Bundesliga. This is kind of the issue I always had when Arsenal were linked with him, because again, you're kind of hoping that he kind of progresses really, really quickly and comes to the Premier League and gets, because you want him to get, if you're kind of obviously the team that buys him, for me, 15 to 20 goals really for a player that's obviously cost that amount of money would be a fee where you're thinking, okay, that's something you can improve on. If he gets like 15 Premier League goals, I think it's still very good, by the way. But if he gets less than that for the money you've paid, you're going to be a little bit underwhelmed. Like, say if he gets 11 goals, you're like, well, it's not the worst thing, but it's not amazing. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you see players like Wissa, like Mbeumo get 19, 20. It's like, well, we kind of want a bit more from you. 10 league goals is pretty standard if we're going. Like you've seen, I think Mikel Merino got something like 8 or 9, and he's a midfielder. So yeah, man, you definitely want more for your striker for sure. I said, yeah, you risk another habit situation. Yeah, for sure. In terms of not realizing the potential Prem close to had hoped he had. Yeah, for sure, man. Because again, before obviously when he went to Chelsea, Havertz did have a lot of stock in him in terms of this is going to be one of the next wonder kids and stuff like that, because he was doing good stuff up in the Bundesliga, and it just didn't translate into this league, bro. And I still don't think he has. Like, he's done okay for Arsenal, but I don't think, again, a lot of Arsenal fans kind of want him out of the starting lineup. Really, if you think about it, people have Gyökeres over him in terms of playing up front. No one wants to see him in midfield. So, yeah, he's on the bench now. So, when you look at it like that perspective, man, it's like, well, he's not really fulfilled his, obviously, potential. This is obviously Fofana back in Chelsea training. Again, he's had a lot of injury problems, a lot of injury issues. Let's see if he can stay fit for the upcoming season. But yeah, we shall see. Just obviously a couple of championship news there. Again, Donnarumma is another one. Willing to see out his contract unless a right club presents itself. 1 year left, valued at £30 million. No significant talks yet with Man United or Galatasaray. Exit possible, but Donnarumma will be picky. Obviously, they've just bought a new keeper as well. Could you see him potentially at Man United or Galatasaray this summer? I mean, again, valued at £30 million. He's only got a year left. Is that a deal that Man United could be able to do? He's going to be on, well, he's going to want massive wages as well. So I feel like you probably may have to get rid of Onana just to kind of make space in terms of wage-wise. But we shall see. I'm not too sure, if I'm being honest. Same with Werner. Yeah, Werner's another one. And Bundesliga doesn't really have a good track record when it comes to strikers in this current climate, in this current time. Especially with it's only really, I'm trying to think of players. Obviously, you got Haaland, but again, he's kind of a freak. And maybe like a Aubameyang is probably the last couple that have come in and obviously done really well in the Premier League. And then everyone else, man, it's kind of like Havertz, Wirtz, it's all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, it's kind of crazy for sure. How will you score more goals in the harder league than he did in the Bundes? Yeah, it's true. It's true. Listen, it can be done. Listen, Isak was, you could kind of argue that potentially Premier League is harder than La Liga. I know obviously some people will say it's not. Again, it's up in the air. And then obviously Isak only got 8 goals in that kind of, I think the last season, 8 or 10 goals in La Liga, and then came to the Premier League. He's got 20 in the last 3 seasons or 2 seasons. Do you know what I mean? So he's just improved as a player. So it's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely. I'll be honest, man, highly unlikely. But again, not impossible. Not impossible. Fofana, obviously back in training. Back to The Last of Us Blood. Catch you at 2. Big up yourself, bro. Donnarumma valued at £30 million as well. Yeah. He's only got 1 year left, Dre, bro. Only got 1 year left. I feel like he doesn't really want to sign a new contract. So, or the contract they're offering him is not obviously what he wants in terms of financially. So, yeah, I think potentially it's one of those ones, man, for sure. I don't know how Paris want to get Donnarumma out. Yeah, I think it's due to obviously, like I said, him really not being able to obviously get the contract he wants in particular, if I'm being honest, bro. So I think that's kind of the main kind of issue you've got with Donnarumma in terms of him actually not being able to be staying at PSG. But whether he leaves or not, I don't know. Again, you can always agree to a new contract and he ends up signing for obviously a decent amount of money. So we shall see, people, man. We shall see. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. They want Onana in, so they have to make space. Yeah, for sure. I think you have to get rid of Onana, man, if you're going to do this. Otherwise, I just think it all falls apart, if I'm being honest. I think it all falls apart for sure. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Big up everyone in the building, man. Big up everyone in the building. Man said Donnarumma is ass. says says Carlos. Sanchez is clear. Obviously, that's what happened in the Portuguese in the CWC final. I thought you're training at 12. Wish me luck. Oh yeah, good luck, Mayhem. Hopefully you do well. They don't really need him except for the pens. It says on the seed. Make sure you stretch Anfield for sure. And make sure you guys do the stretching as well, man. I said, nah, bro, don't stretch. So people saying stretch, people say don't stretch. But yeah, man. But yeah, it's been a sick stream as always, man. Big up everyone in the building. I said outdated advice. What the hell? I was calling him an unk. That's crazy. I said dynamic. Unseen, man. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, obviously Donnarumma could be on his way out. But yeah, it's been a sick stream, man, as always, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Obviously, that's the Tyler Moore, and that's obviously completed his move to Leon for £50 million. Yeah, fair play for getting that amount of money, man, because yeah, I don't know how they managed to do that. But yeah, I said good luck to everyone there. New captain chose today. Yeah, so good luck to Mayhem. Good luck to everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later on. So yeah, I'm going to raid to my bro Shane. So make sure you go over there, say T Chanzo Sports Raid, Tops Raid, and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'll be back later, man. Big up everyone in the building. I said pause. Yeah, that's a massive pause. But yeah, I'll catch you man later, man. Don't hit the play at the game. Until next time, I'm out, people. Peace.